What's up, guys? We are live. So the debate that you guys have been asking for is here. We got Coach Whitepill, Josh, joining us. So one thing I want to mention before we start, Josh has requested that we avoid talking about the whole Kevin drama, and I'm going to be respectful of that. So if you're wondering why is Alex avoiding like the fucking big issue, that's because of that. It's not because of any other reason. So, but other than that, everything else is fair game. Yeah. Also, I think what we'll do is we'll probably go for like 40 minutes. Do you have any kind of time constraint?
No, I mean, not 3 hours.
No, we're not
yeah,
going for 3
yeah. Nothing like a crazy long stream, but yeah, no time.
Yeah, my girlfriend's coming a little later, so I'm not gonna
okay. No time constraints other than the 5 hours.
Okay, so we'll probably just have our little debate. Once we get through that, we'll do some Q&A. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Okay, so I guess let me kick it off like this. Okay, I want to give the backstory. So basically, I'm trying to think of how to do this without mentioning your personal life. But okay, I made a post about 2 months ago saying I lost respect for Josh, for Coach Whitepill. We'll just call you Josh. It's easier. And, you weren't happy about that, which is understandable, I suppose. So let me outline the issues the reason I lost respect for you. And we'll go through these one by one. There's the big one is also like the personal stuff, but we're skipping that. So there's two reasons. One is I think you have a good conceptual understanding of game, and I can tell that by the way you talk about game. But I think your execution of game is beginner level at best, in my opinion. So that's one thing. And the second thing is, this is the biggest reason probably, is because the whole drama between John and Kevin, you instigated. And I felt that was like a little bit of a sneaky move. But I think we should probably just start off with the game aspect, and then we'll get to the second one.
Sure. I do think I'll talk as much as I can about the second one without digging into the drama. Again, people want to talk about the drama. I get why they want to do that. But most important to me is that I'm credible as a coach, that I'm credible with my game, that I'm not lying about what I've done, what I've accomplished. And the only reason I'm on YouTube is to promote like my belief systems and my coaching and teachings, right? So the drama's not, you're giving me a face, but that's why
you're wearing a banana shirt. Is that on purpose, or are you, is that a coincidence?
Yeah. I mean, I am the banana guy now. Why not run with it? I have the shirt. I actually wear the shirt. I wear the shirt all the time. The actual banana costume is not with me anymore. I gave it to one of my students, but I do wear the shirt all the time. But what's it called? Black v Silver put up Revenge of the Banana. So I thought that was cool, and I was like, yeah, I might as well wear my banana shirt. So if I'm the banana guy, I might as well embrace it.
Fair enough.
So the conceptual side. So let's get more specific here, because like if I can understand theory but I can't execute and I'm a beginner level, that must mean that I'm a theory junkie, that I haven't actually practiced it. Because if I've practiced it and done thousands of approaches over many years, if I haven't gotten any better, then I'm like either autistic or I'm stupid, or I can't like adapt very well, right? So I must not have done the approaches that I'm claiming I've done. I must not have the field experience that I'm claiming. I must be, you can agree or disagree with this, but I must be a theory junkie who hasn't actually gone into the field if I only have a conceptual theory understanding, not an execution ability. The second point is that I brought up with you in private is that I have teachings that I can teach the guys here that aren't, or I haven't seen really taught online. And how would I know those things if I haven't done it myself and executed it? Because where would I have learned it from? And we talked about that. I have topics to bring up to cover for that. So I want to teach the audience some of my teachings that they may not have heard before. Hopefully, if they have, then so be it. But they're more conceptual, advanced tactics that I haven't seen. And if that's the case, how would I know them? So.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll go through these advanced techniques. I mean, I personally severely doubt there's anything that anyone actually in the community, not just you, can say that hasn't already been brought up like 5-10 times. But to answer your first question, I don't think you've necessarily like been hiding in your apartment. I think you probably got out there and you've approached a bunch of girls. I just don't think you mastered that part. I think probably, I don't know, you have like either a lot of anxiety or you just have a hard time socializing, whatever the reason is. So you've logically, and I can tell you're a smart dude, especially because you were a doctor. Like, you're not a dumb dude, you're a smart dude. So I think you logically grasp all the concepts. I just don't think you came anywhere close to mastering them and executing them.
So, a couple things here. There's a difference between you. Familiar with public speaking, right?
Yeah, I public speak.
Have you ever met anyone that's super confident in person, but the minute you ask them to give a speech, get terrified and anxious?
Personally, no, but I only know other people who public speak, so I don't know.
So my dad's one of those people. He's been a physical therapist for 40 years. He's an expert in his field. He's one of the best in the industry. But if you put him on stage, he can't say a word. He's terrified of public speaking. I think it's actually the #1 fear over death, actually, is public speaking. Mine's not crippling, but I am extremely more anxious on camera than I am off camera. So that can give an illusion that I'm socially awkward, maybe, where on camera I get super nervous, but off camera I'm a totally different person. And if you've ever done public speaking, you understand the anxiety that comes with public speaking. It takes time to master public speaking, and dating and approach is not about public speaking. Only infield is. So actual dating and actual practicing this stuff is not about public speaking. It's not about being on camera. And you can be a different person on camera than you are off camera. Some introverts are awkward off camera. They're socially awkward, but get them on camera because they like that privacy in the room filming. They're confident on camera. They're socially awkward off camera. I know people like that. So there's two different, it's a different medium when you're being watched. That's one reason. We can talk about the dating game.
Let me respond to that, what you just said, before we
go
ahead. So
yeah,
your dad would be a fair example. The big difference is your dad doesn't have like a social type of job. Your dad is a physical therapist, right? Which is a more technical, analytical type of job. Sure, he works with clients, but he's not out there doing social shit. He's not cold approaching clients. This is different. You have a very social job, and there's a lot of carryover in social skills, meaning when I got good at scales, my game got better. My public speaking got better. There's a lot of overlap between these things. So if you master one area of a social skill, the other areas are going to by default get a lot better. You might be a level 10 in game and level 7 in public speaking, but you're not going to be a level 10 in game and level 2 in public speaking. There's just too much crossover.
I agree to an extent from that point, except if someone's starting at a 1 in public speaking and has severe anxiety to do it, they can get to like a 3 or 4, but they're not necessarily going to have that match. I think that's kind of like the discrepancy that's kind of confusing. But that said, let's go back to the infield experience, right? So it'd be one thing if I wasn't a total keyboard jockey and I approached, let's say for a year, I went out and I did approaches and stuff like that. I might get a little bit better and I would still be at newbie level. But if I've been approaching for 20 years, how could I not have at least get to intermediate, let alone advanced level over 20 years unless I was like autistic? That's kind of the discrepancy. I haven't been just approaching for a year. I've been approaching for 20 years because a lot of people don't know this about me. I wasn't what would be considered a natural. I was good with women before I ever learned anything about pickup. I was a blue pill, whatever. I was good with women. Now I was
a hard time imagining that. Like I got to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm here. And you want to bring receipts, we can bring them up. But I was, from the time I was 18, I'm 37 now. It's 19 years. I was cold approaching women, and I was doing rather well. Now, why would I learn this stuff if I didn't have to? And one of the reasons was I was needy in relationships. So I would screw up relationships because I had my own personal ego issues, insecurities. So I could get the woman, but I had trouble keeping her. My facade would drop off, my friendly nature, and I would get needy, just like whatever the blue pill stuff was. I was one of those guys. And I always screwed up relationships. So that's why I ended up in the industry learning this stuff. But I took a natural mindset. That's why I understand social dynamics really well, and why I feel uncomfortable being filmed where other people don't, is because I spent over a decade without a camera on me. A lot of the times, like we didn't have photos. Like we didn't have Instagram. I'm old. I forget how old you are, but I'm 37. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have Tinder. You're 32 or 31?
Yeah, 32.
So I'm an extra 5 years on top of that. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have that much social media. We didn't have Tinder. I barely took any photos. I wish I had more receipts back then because I've dated hundreds more women than I have receipts with. I never took photos and I was never on camera. And so this idea that like this generation grows up more on TikTok, YouTube, on camera than I ever did. You know, I had a brick cell phone. I had one of those Nokia 2-pound cell phones.
I get all that, but we're from the same generation. It was all like that too when I was getting into game. To go back to your earlier point, I know plenty of people who've been in the pickup community for a decade, just going to the clubs, approaching, and their game still sucks balls. And these are not dumb guys. These are cool, but not cool, but they're like smart, intelligent dudes whose game still sucks a decade in. I personally know many people like that. So just by going out and approaching a lot, that's not a guarantee that your game is going to be good.
They were approaching for 20 years.
I don't know anyone who's been approaching for 20 years, but I know people who've been approaching for 10 years.
Okay, so I'm double that. I'd have to be significantly worse than them. And they're intelligent guys. Like
they're smart dudes. They have good jobs and shit. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I'm not saying that's true, but I have double the experience they do.
When I used to work in sales, I used to have people who were like 40 years old. They've been in sales for 20 years, and they were like at best. I was significantly better than them after a year in. So yeah, you can definitely be in the field for a long period of time and still not be good at it. That is 100% possible, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're dumb. I don't think you're dumb. I
actually worked in sales for a couple of years as well. I worked in
right,
sales.
but the point I want to make is there's a lot of overlap between all this social stuff. Like I just cannot conceptualize someone having like a level 8 or 9, 10 game, but being level 1 public speaker. I can tell you that I didn't start doing public speaking until like 2.5, 3 years ago, right? I've been in the pickup community for over a decade, right? But by that point, my game was really good. The first public speech I gave, it was a solid speech. Like, sure, I'm a little bit better now, but I had enough charisma from all the fucking years I did game and socializing, experience various different social situations, that my baseline anxiety level was a lot lower than it would have been a decade ago. So this is the
I mean, maybe you were natural at public speaking.
I was not.
Maybe it came naturally to you.
I was a very introverted guy. No, the reason I was good at it is because I had a decade of doing sales, which I was good at, and game, which I was good at. And there's a massive carryover effect between different social categories.
Okay. I mean, I just disagree that I think public speaking is a unique, and camera work is a unique discrepancy. That's just unnatural for human beings in general to be watched. You know, same thing with the dating game. You're being watched while you're doing dating. That's a very unnatural process with your dating. It's fun. It's great for drama, but you've made a lot of coaches look really bad with your dating game. So, I mean, it's unnatural. Yeah, I mean, your dating game. Yeah, you've made a lot of coaches on your look really bad on your channel. That's why it's a trap. It's kind of funny.
No,
people say, "Oh, Coach Whitefield's scared to do it," but it's a trap.
Wait, hang on. I didn't make anyone do anything. These were people.
No. Made. Sorry, not forced. I mean, made as in it. That was the result.
I don't think so. I think that there.
Check your comments. They call him Clown King. I like Denton, but they call him Clown King now in your comment section. They think he has the worst game out of all the coaches.
I don't think actually Denton did that bad. I think he did okay. I just didn't think he really vibed with the girl. Could he have done some things better? Yeah, sure. But I don't think it was like a cringe interaction by any stretch. I think people.
Well, your audience, you should talk to your audience. Your audience thinks he's not a legitimate coach now.
Well, my audience is entitled to whatever opinion they want. Like, they don't have to, they can think whatever they want. But the point is,
you ruined his reputation, dude.
I didn't ruin his reputation. Denton is excited to come on the next one. We're gonna do one on next week, and Denton is gonna. He wants to come on because he's okay with it. Yeah.
Okay. Dude, they call him Clown King in your comments, bro.
There's 10.
I like Denton. I think Denton has significantly better game than he displayed on camera. That's why it's a trap. It makes him look bad on camera because whatever reason, he doesn't feel comfortable on camera, just like I don't.
You're making it seem like I set him up to look bad. Like I rigged the game so that he looks bad.
No, you didn't do it on purpose. Maybe you didn't do it on purpose. That's just the result.
The game is actually rigged in the person's favor because the girl will give you a lot more leniency on camera because she's stuck with you. So the game is
no. She's okay. This is good. This is a good game topic. So she's in the prize frame, the pedestal. She's judging the guys. That's not a good dating frame to be in. That's probably the worst frame to be in when you're on a date. Is a girl judging you versus other guys. That's why speed dating. It's just it's not. I've never done speed dating for that reason. Speed dating is dumb. She's judging you immediately against other guys. Also, 5-minute dates. How many 5-minute dates have you had in your life?
Yeah, I mean, I can't do an hour date because then the whole stream is going to be boring. There's obviously
I'm not. That's why it's a reality show. It's a very entertaining reality show, but it's not real. It's just like reality TV. It's not real. It's not. It doesn't represent anyone's game.
Like Prince-O was getting so much love. Like not everyone did bad. There's some
because he was good on camera. He's smooth. He can talk. He's the only one who's done really well. Everybody else has been terrible.
I thought
it's just been awful, dude. You've been okay, but it's your channel. They're gonna back you up no matter what, dude. It's your channel. It's your viewers. Check your comments, dude.
Okay,
hold on.
I don't care about the comments. I care about like I don't give a shit what some random dude in the comments thinks. It's like so irrelevant.
No, not random, dude. The entire audience. It's whether they follow you and subscribe to you too. Who's gonna go and subscribe to Charisma King's channel now and follow him and watch his game content?
Because of one 5-minute interaction where he didn't
perform. Dude, one banana thing. You said one. You're gonna judge me off one banana thing, but not judge Denton off of one date, right? See how there's no consistency here. You're very inconsistent.
Because Denton did significantly better than you, one, and two. I'm not judging.
No, he did not. Oh my god. Okay, fine. We'll disagree with that.
Yeah. And the second thing is not just a data point. I have other data points. Like just like the way you check, not that of a guy who gets laid a lot.
Yes, because I'm on camera. I've already explained that. Okay, okay. You say a guy that gets laid a lot. You're saying I'm a keyboard jockey so I'm not good at talking to women or even hanging out with them, socializing.
Yeah, I don't think you're good. Maybe you can like be friends with girls, but I don't think you're good at like actually seducing girls. No.
Okay, but do you think I can? So you think I can socialize? You think I'm very well socialized?
No, probably not. I think you're probably a little awkward when you're around girls.
Okay, fair enough. Should we just go ahead and bring up my receipts then?
Yeah, let's take a
look at the receipts. It's kind of weird putting my whole life online, but so be it.
We can get to the receipts. The one last point I want to make is because you were talking about the infield. I will concede that the 5-minute show is kind of a weird format. But going back to like when you're filming infield, there shouldn't be a big discrepancy between the way you are when you're filming infield and when you're not. Because if you're actually someone who's good, you forget the camera's even there. So when I'm filming infield, I forget the camera's there. I forget the person's even following me around. So there's
except when you're mic'd. Except when you're mic'd, you know you're mic'd.
Yeah, but I don't think about it. Like I can channel my
mind. But I do. Just because you don't doesn't mean I don't. I feel awkward wearing a microphone, hitting camera, recording a girl. And I understand the need for receipts. I understand why guys want to see infield, and I'm trying to find a compromise because people don't believe I have ethics, which is super weird. Just because no one else has ethics doesn't mean I don't. But what the compromise I'm working on, because I feel super awkward recording a conversation without the girl knowing. It's not illegal, but I feel awkward doing it. So my compromise is infield where I show that I'm approaching. I'm not keeping the girl on camera. It's 10 seconds per approach, so you can see I'm actually doing it. And then if you want to learn the stuff, you learn it from me directly. You're not going to listen to me converse. Yes, you want to see the game, but that's just not how I game. Guys, look, a natural, like a guy who's really good with women has never put a microphone on him. That the guys we're not talking right now, guys who are really good with women have never put a microphone on themselves while they're talking to women. So this idea you can't be good with women because you're not willing to wear a microphone is ridiculous.
I've never once, and I filmed a whole bunch of people. I've gone out with clients, with students, with friends. I filmed a shitload of infield I don't have on YouTube. I have never once seen a case where there's a massive discrepancy between the way someone is with the camera when they're filming and not. Maybe there's a 1-point difference, but I've done this with clients, with students, with friends. There's never like a guy who crushes it off camera who can't talk to girls on camera. Never once seen it in my life.
All right, maybe I'm the exception. But yeah, so you're saying that I can make some friends with women, but I'm not that good socially with them. I'm not good at seducing them. I'm not even good at I'm a little socially awkward.
I don't think you're like a social retard. Yeah, I think you probably make friends with women. I just don't think you have that dominant, strong masculine frame to seduce women. I think you're a little too feminine.
Well, no, you also said I'm not that good at socializing. I'm okay. I'm like a beginner at socializing. I'm not totally awkward, but I'm a beginner at socializing.
I think you're able to like maintain friendships, but when it gets into just like I was before I got into game, but I think when it gets into anything sexual and seducing, I don't think you're going to be good at that.
But you think you said you think I'm a little bit socially awkward too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anything else before you want me to bring this up?
Well, let's take a look at the receipts and we just build on that.
Sure. Yeah. So I put them into a reel. I had my editor do it, so it was easiest. because
Okay.
there's more than I
Cool.
thought there were. All right, so I'll share my screen.
There's no pornography here, right?
No. Are you kidding me? You think I would ever do pornography?
Oh man.
No,
Okay.
no. So let's hear. So this is me, goofy motherfucker, at 18, I think.
So this is like
this
2
one.
decades ago.
Yep. I wanted to give the whole timeline because I want to show you guys I'm a natural. I started at 18 before I ever learned this stuff. So this is everything. A lot of my pickup stuff was a long time ago. I have some pickup stuff now. I do less now because I coach more and I travel more. But I figured I'd give you guys everything because I want to show you the background because I was socially awkward in high school, but I slowly, quickly within, college time frame became very socially adept.
Yeah. So the issue with this kind of receipt is that we have no way of knowing if you actually hooked up with a girl or you're just friends with her. This could very well be a friend.
That's fair. Again, I'm not going to show asses and titties on camera, but there are photos within this of me in bed with a girl. There's ones with, well, you'll see. There's ones kissing me, things like that. There's a few. I don't have a lot. Again,
Even when I was a virgin, I had photos like this because I had some female friends. So even before I ever
but you also just said I'm a little bit socially awkward too. Just remember that. So I'm not gonna have I'm not gonna have a lot of women that I'm friends with. I'm gonna have a few, right? Again, I'm not gonna bring on nudes on camera. But again, if you think that I just have a lot of women friends, so be it. I have some of these pictures are in bed, some are kissing girls.
Yeah, let me kind of paint the picture of what kind of a photo I think would be a valid receipt. So 1 second. And then we'll go back to your thing. Okay.
I mean, you guys can think whatever you want. I'm not gonna bring in like ass and titties on camera.
No,
actually, a lot of girls I talk to would not want me to do that anyways.
Okay.
One of the big issues I want to bring up is a lot of women in my life would not want me doing this. So I'm putting pictures up that I feel comfortable posting on social media, that they would feel comfortable me posting on social media. That's the other thing. Like that photo there, if the girl's friends with me, she's going to be like, what the fuck is he doing on streams putting that photo up, right?
Well,
I'm talking about socially awkward. This is socially awkward right here, posting this stuff.
Hang on. First of all, this is 100% consensual. Second of all, if you have a good game, you can typically convince girls to do the shit. But this is the kind of photo where you know that I fucked this girl. This is my girlfriend of like many years.
Sure.
Right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And we can tell more or less that this girl is attractive, right? So that's an example of a receipt that's like, okay. Here's another example. So this is a full lay report with all the screenshots from the opener to the finish, where she says, good, that was fire. We can see that is something like, okay, you can potentially fake that, but it's going to be hard. Okay.
I can bring text messages too. That's fine.
Okay. Here's going to be,
I don't have them on me. I can send them to you or bring them on another time.
Right. This is like, okay, clearly he hooked up with this girl. Okay.
Sure. But I date a lot of women also too. There's party girls and there's conservative girls. I have my Muslim girlfriend would never let me do that. And a lot of that's cultural too. So you say you should be able to get a girl that go to a Muslim country and get a girl to do that. It's a lot harder than you think.
Yeah,
but let me just show. If the guys don't believe me, look. If the guys don't believe me after this, I don't care. I know which women which women I've been with and it doesn't matter. The whole point is you claiming I'm socially awkward, that I don't have these skills. Let's just roll the tape. Why not? If I'm kissing her, does that count? If I'm kissing her, does that count?
It really depends on the vibe. But let's go through and I'll tell you if I think it's legit or not.
All right, fair enough. All right, so that's what I'm starting here. This is one of the first girls I dated. Like I said, socially awkward guy, goofy dude.
Okay, so this is a makeout. Okay, you are like 18 in this photo. Okay, so this is like, wait, that's you? Wait, go back.
Yep.
Wait,
these are all me.
Wait, can you slow it down? It's going like way too fast. Can we slow it down, please, and just go one by one?
Sure. There's a lot here, though. This could take a while.
I know, but let's just. This is like way too fast. Like we have to analyze these one by one.
Hold on.
So let's just pause it and then we'll just go. I want to go through these one by one.
This is gonna take a while.
It's fine. Let's just do it manually. Or is there a way you can send me the video and I can just play on my end and I'll go like at like a speed where I can realize? Just send me the link and I'll just play it on my end. You can send it to me in the private chat or just post it in the main chat. Okay, cool. All right. So then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. So we're just going to go through it one by one. Okay. So this photo right here is like really doesn't mean much. Okay, this one is a little bit better. So let's see. This one, okay, you're making
I like how we're
okay.
critiquing my whole life, going through photo for photo.
Well, you know, this is how you provide receipts. Okay, so this one, sure. we know you at least made out with this girl. You are like 18, 19 in this photo. Did you fuck this girl?
Yes.
Okay.
You want pictures of that? That's super weird, dude. That's what I'm saying. This is what's super weird.
See, this is why I don't think you have good game, is because you get so riled up by everything. No one's saying you.
Dude, it's my look. I have a lot of girls that don't want me putting their photos up. So I'm trying to put up photos that they would be acceptable doing. That's why I don't like having my personal life online. I didn't start my YouTube channel to do this stuff.
If you're going to be a dating coach and you want to prove you're legitimate, you're going to have to accept some level of scrutiny in your life. This is like a bodybuilder who's like, I'm a really good bodybuilder. Okay,
no, just let it play. Just let it play. You can decide whether you want to do or not.
Hang on. I'm still talking. Okay.
All right, fair enough.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this is really you. You look so different.
Yes, and that's my girlfriend from when I was in medical school.
Damn, you look so different. Okay, well, we don't really know if this is your girlfriend or not. It looks like she's somewhat attracted to you.
I have a lot more pictures with her.
Okay. We're gonna go through. Okay, so hang on, I want to go back. So this photo right here doesn't mean anything.
Go ahead.
Let's see what
okay,
this doesn't mean. This doesn't mean anything. Okay, this one actually could potentially. So you're laying in bed. Most likely, if I had to give you the benefit of the doubt, I would say you slept with this girl. We can't really see how attractive she is. Did you actually fuck this girl?
Yes.
Okay, we can't really see her, so we can't know what her rating is. But okay, whatever. We'll just give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay, this doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean anything.
No.
Okay, this.
You said I was socially awkward, so I did put social photos in as well.
Okay. Well, yeah, I used to be socially awkward, and I had plenty of female friends. Okay. Okay, wait, let's go back. This one right here is probably we can assume that something sexual happened. So I would say this is somewhat valid, although we can't know for sure. You are like 18 in this photo, but okay, let's keep going. Okay, this one
fine. I put in a lot in there. Yeah.
Okay, this girl, yeah, that doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Okay, this one that doesn't really mean much. Okay, these are like party photos. Okay, this one. No.
Same girl. No. By the way, that was the same girl. That was my girlfriend.
No. Okay, this one. No, still. No. 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 Okay, this one right here. Yeah, that probably means something. It's gonna be pretty hard for you to get a photo like this if you didn't fuck this girl. So I would assume, again, unless you're just like pretty good at faking shit, this is probably real. So okay, this one counts. Oh no, 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 no. That one potentially, but we don't know if you just made out with her closer. Okay. No, 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 no,
Yeah, why
no.
am I not wearing a shirt?
Wait, which one?
The couple back. Why am I not wearing a shirt there? It's kind of
Um,
weird to be socially hanging out
yeah,
not wearing a
okay,
shirt.
fair enough. That one I would say is like somewhat a valid receipt. Yeah, you're right about that. I'll give credit where credit is due. Now, the one counterpoint I will bring is that these are all Asian girls, and it's a lot easier in Southeast Asia. But okay, it counts for something. Let's
Well,
be
the
going.
beginning of the stream, like when I was younger, and you said I had no game back then, those were not in Asia, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But you were like 18, 19 back then. But yeah, as a side note, you look a lot better with a beard.
Wait,
So
wait, wait. If I was 18, 19, did I lose all of that game all of a sudden over 20 years?
no, but you had you. I don't know how to say this. Sound like a dick, but you used to be a lot better looking back then. This is back before you had hair.
Oh, so I was a Chad then. You're
No,
saying
you're
I was
definitely
a
not.
Chad,
Nah,
and
you're
that's all I
definitely
got.
not chat, but your SMV was like a 6.57 versus now it's like a 4. So yeah, there's
Okay.
that
Okay.
whole factor.
Sounds
Sorry, I
like
don't
an
know how to say
excuse
that
for
without
you.
sounding like a dick.
No, that's fine. You're just telling me I'm really good looking. That's why I got
No,
girls back
I
then.
don't think you're. I don't think you're really good looking. I think you were slightly above average looking. Now you're slightly below average looking.
All right.
Okay. No. No. That doesn't mean much. C doesn't make out.
Yeah, that's just
No.
from my reel. I just threw my reel in there.
No. No.
This is the type of infield that I'm gonna probably try to do 10 seconds or less.
Yeah, we just need some audio. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so my overall assessment is there's like, in that whole reel, there's maybe like 3 or 4 solid receipts, but every single one of them is like from when you were younger. So that's the issue, with the exception of that one Asian guy, Asian girl we had your shirt off. So yeah, this really, I think it helps your cause a little bit. It's like, okay, this guy's not a total virgin, but I never thought you were a total virgin. I think you're probably, you've probably been with like several dozen girls. But yeah, it doesn't really make you seem like you're a guy who's like crushing. That's still like not nearly enough proof. And this is not me trying to be like too much of a skeptic, because I hate when people
No, it's fine. I just think you have this. You're always moving the goalposts. So when I did well when I was younger, it was because I was good looking. Right. So you're always moving the goalposts as if like, oh, I was so good looking that's why I got girls.
No one's saying you were so good looking, Josh. I don't think you're ever that great looking.
No, but you said that like I somehow lost a bunch of game.
No, you lost SMV. The less SMV you have, the more game you need to compensate. I'm gonna need more game 10 years from now than I'm gonna have now, unless I get famous when I lose all my hair as well.
All right.
You need the less. I mean, you know this. The less SMV you have, the more game you need to compensate. So if you're a 7 or 8,
wait, I know this. You're saying I don't know anything about game.
I said I know you understand. See, like, don't do these weird like word games, because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, you understand game conceptually, so I think that you can understand all these concepts. I don't think I have to like baby explain to you like whole things. Like I think you understand game conceptually. So yeah, if you're a guy who's like a 7 or 8, you're gonna need a lot less game than a guy who's a 4 to get the same level of girls.
Okay, so why don't we go into some advanced topics, because that's stuff that I couldn't possibly know if I was a theory junkie.
Okay, let's see what these advanced topics are.
All right, so one I wanted to talk about is gym game, and you did a video on gym game. I don't know if this is your newest video on gym game, if you did an updated one, but this is the one I found, and I just skipped to the correct way because I want to go over what you taught. Let's see. Can I share my screen again? Or I'll just give you the link.
Either or is fine.
Okay. It's not loading on my end for whatever reason. So
let me quickly address this question. Why do you vouch with John Anthony lifestyle same type of prove that? Okay. I've seen at least 50 to 100 nudes from John Anthony that there's no way he could possibly fake. I've actually gone out with him. I've heard him fucking girls literally in the other room multiple times, and I've seen infield of him, dozens of infield. So that's the big distinction there. Okay, you just shared the link. Okay. Oh, this is one of my older videos.
No, that's why I asked you if you had an updated gym video or not. I didn't know if this was
No,
current,
I don't
up-to-date
really
information.
do much gym game. I just work out in my building. Okay, where do you want me to go?
Okay. Just click it there. I put the timestamp in. We'll watch the correct way
Now,
to
let's talk about what you should do. So let's take a look at this demonstration. Hello. Hi. Sorry, I know you're in the middle of working those crazy triceps, but do you come here a lot? I always see you here like around the same time.
Yeah, I usually go home from work.
Okay. Yeah. What do you do?
Working in accounting.
Okay. You don't really seem like an accountant. You seem more of like a, I don't know, just a fucking badass fitness trick.
Oh, thank you.
I can tell. Look at these muscles. You put me to shame. Do you do personal training sessions? Can I hire you?
No, I not
That's too bad. That's interesting. Well, you have a cute life. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Cool. Okay. I've been there many times.
Oh, where?
I was in Medellin, I was in Bogota, I was in Cali, I was in Cartagena.
Oh, wow, you've been all over.
All right, you can pause it.
I'm always from Medellin.
Okay.
So one thing I want to ask you about this, because you interrupted her workout, right? In that demo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, haven't you heard a lot of women don't like to be interrupted in their workout, and that's going to kind of create a tension that is going to be hard for guys to overcome?
Yeah, everyone knows that. So what I always say is try to catch her when she's like done with her set. But sometimes you don't have the luxury of hanging out for an hour and waiting for her to finish because maybe you got to go or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have the luxury of like catching her after her workout, if it looks like she's about to finish or before she starts, it's obviously ideal. But the second best is to catch her in between sets.
Got it. Okay. So I guess maybe in that video, maybe I missed it if you explained to catch her in between sets, which is, I think, better than kind of interrupting her. So one of the advanced concepts that I teach is, well, first, because the gym is an environment where people go regularly, you'll tend to see people regularly. And it's not that you'll always see the same girl, but it gives you more opportunities to cold approach a girl that might be gone in seconds on the street. So using, I haven't seen a lot of guys talk about this, but building up social proof within the gym can help a guy a lot, especially if he's shorter, if he's not as in good a shape, he's getting in shape, if he's not as good looking. He can build up social proof starting with the staff, other guys at the gym, and then girls at the gym, which can help him with the women that he's going to approach. So that's the first step. The second step is something, the more advanced topic I haven't seen too much of. Maybe you have, I call it priming. Are you familiar with priming?
Sort of, but let me hear your explanation.
Yeah, so priming is similar to like a coat of paint. Like first coat is the primer. You just kind of lay it on there and then you develop the paint after that. So priming is when you do a first touch or first pass and you kind of get the person familiar with you. Rather than interrupting their workout, you can just walk by her, say hi, and smile. You're the friendly guy at the gym. Now she's going to be more receptive to talking to you later, either after her workout, either the next time she sees you, and then you can talk to her next time when she gets to the gym, when she leaves the gym. The mats are really good if you're sitting like doing ab work, because you can put your mat literally down next to her, and then when she finishes her abs, you can turn and talk to her. So there's a lot of ways to do that. But if you're priming and you're talking to everyone at the gym, then the women will see you talking to other women. And also the walking away does a lot for you. You're not trying to bother her, interrupt her workout. You're not constantly, trying to hit on her. It's obvious you're hitting on her, right? We all know that. But if you're just priming her over time, saying hi, smiling, and keep going, at the end of her workout, she's going to be much more open to talking to you. And same thing with building social proof in the gym.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt. But yeah, Adolfo has talked about that several times. I've heard that several times. Adolfo specifically has talked about that. The only issue with that is Adolfo X, the Jack dude, the Jack Spanish guy.
I don't know Adolfo. Yeah. If I knew Adolfo, then I would have been the theory junkie who repeated Adolfo, but I don't know who that is.
Okay, but he's not the only person to say this. But yeah, so yeah, it's like basically anyone who's like active in the gym, any fitness influencers will say this. Yeah, sure, there's a lot of value into like not just going for it right away. The only problem with that is if she doesn't usually go to that gym, you might not get a second chance. But if this is a girl who you've seen regularly there, then yeah, if this is a girl the first time you're seeing, I think there might be some cadence to just approaching.
You can do priming. I want to clarify. You can do priming in the same day. So you can walk in, smile, and say hi to her at the beginning. And then when she finishes her workout at the end of the hour, you can go talk to her. So priming can work really quickly too in that regard, because you're not trying, she knows you're a chill dude who knows not to interrupt her workout. You're socially aware that she wants to work out. And then you say hi to her, smile. And then when she finishes her workout, you can talk to her. So
Yeah, the problem
you can do it at the same time.
you have to just
Yeah,
hang
go ahead.
around until she finishes her workout. Like if you,
No,
yeah,
or
this
her
works.
set or session, or whatever. It's not cut and dry, but you can see her. She finishes her work. You're not waiting around. You're working out. You notice she finishes. You go talk to her. Like,
Yeah, sure.
I'm not saying
Sure.
you're just sitting
Yeah.
there. You're working out
Sure.
yourself.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. If you, so, okay, fine. Yeah. You see a girl, she's in the middle of the set. You could just smile at her, give her a wink, and then wait until she finishes her set and approaches her. Sure. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
probably something I do as well, but that's nothing
Okay.
advanced. I mean, I've heard this stuff like many times. This is like basically,
Well, I
would say
mean, yeah. I mean, what's it called then? If it's not advanced, what's the topic called? What's the
I
name
mean,
of it? If every
there's
coach has a
like-
name for their teachings.
waiting until a girl finishes her set or her workout before approaching her. I mean, that's like basically game 101.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Priming. I'm saying a touch point of saying hi, smiling first, and then later approaching. That's what I'm talking about. That's the concept, not waiting for.
Yeah, I've heard this in sales quite a few times. I haven't seen this as
Yeah.
much in the pick community, but I know the term.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, there's nothing like super crazy advanced about it. This also only slightly increases your odds. Like at the end of the day, either game is.
I know very few guys who use it, and it very much increases your odds. I don't know where you get that from. I use it all the time. I don't just use it at the gym too.
Because I personally,
done.
I had situations where I'm at the gym and I approach a girl just like straight away. I've had other ones where I just like wink at her and then I approach her like whatever after her workout, and I haven't seen a big drastic difference in the success rate.
You said you don't go to the gym a lot, or you don't game at the gym a lot.
Not anymore, but I used to go to the gym. I used to go to LA Fitness. I've approached like hundreds of girls at the gym, like throughout my lifetime. So I have a pretty decent like sample size. And so have my friends, so we kind of share ideas.
Sure.
But yeah,
if you can send me some videos from other coaches that have talked about priming, I'd love to watch them, because I haven't seen any.
Yeah, just watch the live stream what I did with Adolfo on my channel. We talked about gym game a lot, and that's what really he was talking about. I don't know if he used the word priming, but he literally was talking about the same thing. He's like, yo, instead of just approaching the girls, probably better to just build up some social capital, and then don't go for the kill right away. Yeah, like literally the same exact stuff.
Yeah, I'm not saying I have stuff that's never been talked about, but if I'm a theory junkie, I must have read a ton of theory and only did theory all day, every day to find some of the stuff, is all I'm saying. Another topic, reverse escalation. Have you used reverse escalation?
Tell me about it.
So one example that's very common is they say, like, take a girl's hand and put it on your dick, like to try and have her escalate on you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what else, like, what are more examples of that you use or you teach?
Typically what I do is I like to build a lot of sexual tension, and then I'll get close, but I won't kiss the girl, and I'll have her move in for the kiss. So yeah, but I don't wait for the girl to start escalating on me, if that's what you're asking.
Well, you're not, when you take a girl's hand and you put it on her, you're leading her. You're not waiting, right?
Well, I only put the girl's hand in my dick if we're already like making out and shit. I'm not just going to do that like before the makeout.
Sure, but why do that? Why not reach for her, like to escalate on her? Like, why don't you reach for her pussy? Why do you have her touch you?
Because there's something powerful when a woman's hand touches a dick. She has this natural instinct to start jerking it off that she can't even resist. So yeah.
But I also think there's a comfort in you leading her through the escalation, so it's not as scary if she's touching the guy versus him touching her, right?
I'm confused. Can you give me an
example? It makes her more comfortable. If a guy reaches for her pussy, she is obviously really turned on. But if you take a girl's hand and put it in her dick when you're making out, it's less intense because she's escalating on you. It's easier for her to do.
Is the technique putting the girl's hand on your dick? Because I've talked about that a million times.
No. I'm asking if there's more techniques you've used beyond that.
Like to get her to escalate on you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My head.
So I'll explain. So one of the things about LMR is that she's like all these things going through her head. She's nervous, she's anxious, she's excited, she's turned on, but she's thinking, you know, she's thinking this guy could be aggressive after he could hurt me. I'm physically vulnerable. And so all these things are running through her head. And if she's if the guy's in more of a vulnerable state, she's going to feel more comfortable. So that's where the guy takes off his clothes first, or the guy puts her on top of him rather than being on top of her. So there's more techniques like taking your shirt off before trying to take off hers, puts her, because you're in the more vulnerable state, or you're still a guy, you still can overpower her, but you're putting yourself in a more vulnerable state, which is going to lower her guard and make her feel more comfortable.
I probably would not recommend
LMR significantly.
Yeah, I probably would not recommend like taking your clothes off before hers. I think I've seen situations where at least to unsmooth because the girl's like, wait, what are we doing here? I think it's much better to just like make out with her, kiss down her body, suck on her tits, make her really horny, start kissing down her body.
No, you do that. You do that first. You do that first. I'm saying once it's getting hot and heavy, you're making out, things are going well. Everything up to taking her clothes off. If you take off your clothes first, or you put her on top of you too, that's putting her in a less vulnerable position.
Yeah,
and that can reduce LMR.
I wouldn't even bother taking her clothes off. I would just lift her shirt and just start sucking on her tits.
Sure. I mean, that's a good example of that too. I think
taking the clothes off can be an awkward moment, and the whole point of an escalation should be just as smooth as progressive as possible. So you're saying like
you would like to be awkward? It doesn't have to be awkward. I'm not saying I always do it. I'm just saying it reduces LMR significantly.
Well, like just taking your clothes off first?
Yes.
While she has her clothes on?
Yes, you're not just like not making out. You're not just not feeling her up. I'm saying like right before you go to do that, if you have LMR, that's where you go to. I'm not saying I usually do it. I'm saying if you're encountering LMR, that's a good place to go. And it's very effective.
Okay, walk me through at what point does that happen? Like are you sucking on her tits at this point? Is she jerking you off? Like when exactly does this happen?
Well, you're not naked yet, right? Because I just said your clothes are on. So yeah, it could be you're making out with her. You're feeling on top of her. You're feeling her up underneath her shirt. You might be sucking her titties. It's whenever you encounter that LMR, and it's when you feel that she's uncomfortable. You can switch to using that.
Well, I think if she's like, well, I don't know about this, and you take your clothes off, that's going to make the situation worse. If you get to the point where she's already giving you LMR, you got to kind of slow down a little bit.
Okay, that's why I'm saying it's kind of an advanced topic. You're kind of preempting it. Basically, before she's going like, no, like slow down.
Okay, you're talking about
you're kind of preempting LMR. You're sensing that this girl is not like just going wild, taking her shirt off, ready to go. So that's why I'm saying it's a little bit more advanced. You have to be calibrated to it. It's an advanced technique because you have to be sensing the LMR almost before you get it.
Yeah, I would probably. So if I think there's LMR incoming, I would just probably focus on turning her on as much as possible. And I would not take my clothes off because that's like kind of like a jump. She's like, whoa, this is getting serious. I would just suck on her tits, pull her pants down, start eating her out before I even take my clothes off. And
sometimes it's not even my clothes. Like I'll just my shirt even, because it puts me in a more vulnerable position. And also putting her on top of me puts me in a more vulnerable position physically. It makes her safer.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's like, you're familiar with the TV show. What the fuck is it called? There's a famous TV show where that's literally like the joke is the guy like Barney or whatever brings the girls back and he takes his clothes off, the naked man.
Oh, so no, like not completely. No. Yeah. That's probably the wrong image to get. I'm saying it's getting hot and heavy and you're sensing LMR. There's ways you can mitigate that. How do I know this? Because when I got LMR, you just have to, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You just chill, right? You have to back off. And the reason why I stopped getting LMR was I figured out that if I could preempt it right before I started getting LMR, if I could preempt it, then I could use that technique to not get LMR.
Well, no one completely ever stops getting LMR. LMR is going to happen to anyone, no matter how good you are. You can
that sounds like something that sounds like if that's an advanced coach wouldn't say that. Like, I'm not saying you never get LMR, but you can significantly reduce LMR.
Yeah, you can minimize it, but you can never eliminate it.
Yeah. No, no one can eliminate anything. I'm just saying it's an advanced tactic. It's an advanced tactic to significantly reduce LMR. That's all.
Yeah, I think you can definitely mitigate LMR. Yeah, for sure. So putting her on top of you and taking her shirt off. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to knock something that, could potentially work. In my opinion, that wouldn't be the best strategy.
You haven't seen that. It sounds like you have not seen other people talk about that online. It's not a theory you've seen or not a practice you've seen. So I couldn't have learned that theory.
Your shirt off. You're right about that. I will agree with you. I haven't heard people talk about that. Partially because partially because LMR is a very topic that no one ever wants to talk about. So very few dating coaches even talk about LMR publicly. That's one thing, myself included.
Yeah.
To be fair, but the other one is because I'm not sure if that's actually a better strategy than just getting her really horny or building more comfort. But okay, fair enough. What else you
got? Pre-ghosting.
Okay, tell me about that.
So before a girl ghosts, again, this is why it takes a lot of calibration to you can't just do this as a beginner. You can tell when she's showing signs of disinterest, and you basically either ghost or reduce your level of investment before she does. So it's a way to recover investment from her if you're getting
my old business
or lower interest.
Yeah, my old business partner would talk about this all the time. Preemptive flaking, preemptive ghosting. Yeah, he has like several.
Okay.
I'm familiar with it, but yeah, he talks about that all the time.
Okay, I just haven't seen a lot of it. Again, I'm not saying this stuff isn't out there, but what I'm saying is it's so rare to be seen talked about that I must be the most theory junkie of all time to even find this stuff.
I don't
like
think
I have to sit on my computer doing theory all the time, unless I have actually experienced this and taught and done this stuff myself and teach this stuff. Right? I've executed this stuff, or else I must be on my computer all the time searching through theory.
I mean, to be fair, this is what you do for a living. You're a coach. This is what you and I do all the time. We're learning new shit. We're trying out new shit. We're fucking around with reading about other things that people are doing. So it's not like you're fucking like a mailman.
Why would I be a theory junkie? Why would I be even a coach if I could have a career in something else, which I did? Right? Why would I be doing this if I wasn't really, really good at it?
There's many reasons. There's a whole bunch of people in this industry who calls. We agree on that, right? There's most of this industry is people who have no game skills or very poor game skills.
No. They're frauds, but why are they in the industry?
To make money, to validate their ego. I don't know.
Because they couldn't cut it anywhere else.
No, I don't think so. I think this is a very lucrative industry where you can make a lot of money, and also is a very nice ego validation. I think a lot of the people who are
more
scamming,
lucrative than being a doctor. For most,
potentially. I make more money than a doctor does.
Okay, but I don't know anyone else who in the industry who's a doctor that I'm aware of.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe you didn't like medical school. Maybe you didn't like being a doctor. Maybe you didn't. You changed.
Yeah,
your mind.
I didn't. That's why I left. But I'm just saying.
Okay.
No, but why would I pick something that I'm not good at? That doesn't make sense. Why would I not pick something that I'm not really good at?
The same reason the other 90% of people in this industry pick that, because it validates your ego.
Dude, crypto is way more lucrative than this. You know that, right?
Crypto wasn't even a thing like fucking a decade ago.
I haven't been coaching. I mean, I've been coaching for a decade, but mostly on the side. I haven't had full-time coaching business for a decade.
Dude, I don't know.
I was in medical school.
Dude, I don't know you that well. I don't know exactly what your underlying motivation is for doing this.
That's what I'm getting at, man. You don't know me that well, and you're making judgments about me online.
I can evaluate based on, 1, the way you carry yourself, 2, the very limited piece of infield you have, 3, the receipts that you're showing. It's like I can pretty safely make a judgment. Okay, let me ask you this question. What is your
safely make a judgment? Come on.
Yeah, I would like to stake any amount of money on. What is your overall lifetime lay count?
First off, that's another thing you guys don't get that super socially awkward. If I walked around telling girls my lay count or talking about it, they think I'm some kind of weirdo. That's one of the big problems in this industry, is that we're always obsessed with lay count. I was in a forum. You were in pickup forums? You're in pickup forums, right? I have. And we the guys who went out and did this stuff, who for years, we went out and we actually put this into practice. We weren't the keyboard jockeys. The keyboard jockeys were always like, what's your lay count, bro? What's your lay count? They're obsessed with lay count, which is easy to get 4s and 5s and 6s. Go out any night of the week, you can get that. Higher quality women, rotations, girlfriends are harder to get, and you're not going to have a high lay count if you're doing that all the time. So that we made fun of the guys who were obsessed with lay count. That's one of the big problems of this industry. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to get into this industry. I just happened to be really good at game and really good at coaching. So it was that important to me to help guys, because I didn't want to get into this whole what's your lay count bro thing. I
Yeah,
stopped counting at 100 back in 2012. I got to 100. I was like, this is cool. And then I just stopped counting because it's not that important, right? And we make this obsession over lay count, which is weird. If any girl watches this stuff, they're like, this is weird, man. You guys are obsessed with lays.
No one is obsessing with lay count. No one is saying
Yes, you
have to
are.
tell
You
girls.
literally every time I go anywhere, what's your lay count, bro? What's your lay count?
I
They're obsessed
literally
with it.
almost never ask people this question, but it's directly relevant because I want to actually figure out what exactly is your concrete experience with women. I am going to have to take your word
Sure.
for it.
So I stopped counting. I stopped counting after I hit 100 back in 2012.
Okay. So what do you think you're at? Like 200 now or something?
I have no idea.
You can ballpark. I don't count
No,
either.
I
but
can't. It's a lot. It's a lot. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I stopped counting.
Ever do that? I can say I can ballpark myself between like 350 and 500. Like you can ballpark.
Dude, 2012 was 10 years ago. I have no idea. It's been a decade. How the hell would I know? I don't count this stuff. I'm not obsessively counting lay count, bro.
Neither am I, but you can ballpark. I don't count exactly how many sales I get every day, but I can ballpark what my performance is going to be this month. Like you can
10 years, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. How would I know that? I go out and pull a girl back, hook up with her. I've dated many girls like in rotations. I don't count them. I don't like tick a box of like this girl check, this girl check.
Anyone can ballpark approximately within.
No, they literally can't. They just can't. Can you ballpark how many approaches you've done?
Yeah, probably.
Dude, I have no idea. I've done thousands over 20 years. How the hell would I know what number that is?
I would ballpark that I've done between 10 and 20,000 approaches in my life.
Okay, I'll ballpark. I've done between 10 and 50,000 approaches. I have no idea. How would I know? I don't count.
I think it's easier to ballpark late count than it is approaches. But okay, fine. It's over 100. Okay. Whether it's 200
definitely over 100. For 100, definitely over 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm confused about. Okay. You fucked like hundreds of girls, right? Like we can say that according to what you're saying. What percentage of those have been outside of Southeast Asia?
Well, I fucked a lot in Southeast Asia. So no, my first 100 was all in the US. Because I didn't go to Southeast Asia until 2017. So that for sure, the first 100 were in the US.
Have you ever had a threesome?
No, and I don't claim to be a threesome expert. Never have.
You never want to?
No, I've had some close calls, but a lot of times if it was like close, I just went with the one that I wanted. And a lot of times the second girl wasn't that good looking, so I didn't care. But I never made a concerted effort to do threesomes or get good at them. And yeah, if you want to say I have no game in threesomes, that's totally cool. I don't teach threesomes. I never claimed to be good at threesomes.
Well, if you can,
I'd like.
There's nothing like that inherently challenging about a threesome. It's a few small things you have to master. If you have a good game, then you can have threesomes.
I haven't mastered them. I'm not claiming to be an expert in threesome. I don't teach threesomes.
Okay. Was it just because you're not interested in that, or just because you haven't like gone around to it? Like
I just never put the effort into learning it. I don't know why. I just didn't.
Have you had like girlfriends? Like, have you been in relationships and shit?
Yeah, nothing like that long term. But yeah, I've been in relationships.
You've never like.
You want to see my ex-girlfriend?
Sure, if you want. Yeah. But you've never like had a bi girlfriend. You were like curious to try. I mean, I don't know. That's just. I guess maybe you're a little different in that sense.
No, I've never had a bi girlfriend. No, and I date a lot of conservative women. That's the thing. So this girl, she means a lot to me. It's my ex-girlfriend.
Well, if you don't want to show her,
we broke up because of religious reasons. She's Muslim, but she's a really sweet girl.
A Jew and a Muslim. How does that even happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, she's cute. You meet her in Southeast Asia?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as guys think either. It depends on the country too. So like Thailand, where I'm at, is easier than Vietnam. This is in Malaysia. So I don't want to leave her on too long. She's kind of a private person, just how it is. But she means a lot to me. That's why I didn't put her in the slideshow. Like,
I just showed her a little bit later. But yeah, okay.
It's just I just wanted to keep her separate because she means a lot to me. But we broke up because of religious reasons. I'm not converting to Islam, So it is what it is. But
you will acknowledge that is significantly easier in Southeast Asia than anywhere else.
It depends on the country. Especially for hookups. Like hookups in Vietnam are much harder because a lot of them are conservative. They want boyfriends. So it's definitely easier to get a girlfriend in Vietnam. It's not easier to hook up or pull, especially pull.
Every single person
Yeah, especially.
I know.
Yeah,
Every single person I've ever been to Southeast Asia, like David Bond, they all say it's like insanely fucking easy there. I've never been to Southeast Asia, but I've been to like Colombia, which is supposed to be like a bit more challenging. It is like too fucking easy. Like I was just turning down girls left and right.
So Southeast Asia isn't a country though, and there's multiple different cultures.
I understand.
Well, no, you don't. But a lot of people don't understand that. So Philippines is the easiest place on earth to get girls. It just is. I've been there, and it's like the easiest place on earth. Vietnam is much more conservative. It's much more difficult. Thailand's somewhere in between. But a lot of these places, the women are paid. So it's like there's a lot more escorts in these countries because they're poor countries. And so a lot of guys come to these countries thinking they're going to be able to get these hot girls, and then they find out they got to pay for the hot girls. So it's not as easy as guys think. It's easier, but it's not like you just land and a girl just jumps on you. She'll jump on you and ask you for money for sex. But it's not like you just magically get all these women just because you show up as a white guy or whatever. Like and every country is different. And the Philippines is the only place I would say is ridiculously easy. Thailand is kind of in between, but also Thailand is heavy prostitution, right? And a lot of the best looking girls come from small villages, and it's really sad. They have to make money for their families, so they become prostitutes, and it's really unfortunate. But a lot of guys that come here end up paying them or sugar daddying them rather than actually dating them or hooking up with them.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know about Malaysia, I will admit that, but I do know a good amount about Indonesia, and because my old business partner stayed there for a while, and he's like 300 pounds. He's definitely you're definitely better looking than him, and he was just like fucking a new chick every night just from Tinder. So I do know Indonesia is
insanely
Bali?
Easy. Was he in Bali?
No, he was in Jakarta.
Okay.
But I have friends who were in Bali. Bali's also super easy, but yeah, he was in Jakarta.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that part of Indonesia. I know Malaysia is a Muslim country, so it's a little bit different.
Indonesia. Indonesia.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not easier in Southeast Asia. It's just not, the gap isn't as big as guys think. Also, one of the issues in the U.S. is the weight problem. There's a lot less attractive women than there were before because of the Western diet. So a lot of women, and there's just more fit women too. That's one of the reasons it's easier. It's not cultural. It's a lot of times there's just way more attractive women that are here.
Yeah, so I'm not talking about Indian P. I'm talking about my business partner before that. I don't want to say his name, but it's not Indian P. Indian P is not 300 pounds. Yeah, sure. I mean, I think a big part of it is because the sexual marketplace is so much more stacked in your favor. Typically, the high value guys in those countries, they leave and they bounce to first and second world countries.
Sure, but again, like I said, I didn't leave the U.S. until end of 2017. So yeah, that's a long time. Like let's see. 2003, I was 18, and this idea, dismissing my abilities as a youngin, just because I was better looking. Like, no, I'm not dismissing. You realize that I was still 5'8", right? I was very short, so it wasn't just like looks based. There's also a height factor. You understand that? How important height is.
This is why if you were like a 6'2" Giga Chad, I would have a much easier time believing like your results than you.
Oh, so you do believe looks matter more than Gin then?
I think they both matter a lot.
But how could I have the results of a Giga Chad if I'm 5'8" just because I'm better looking?
Oh my god, dude! I don't know if you're purposely misunderstanding me or just like maybe I'm not communicating clearly. No, I never thought you had the results of a Giga Chad. I'm saying hypothetically.
No, but I do. That's what I'm claiming that I do is what I'm saying.
Right, but the problem is that I don't really believe you. That's the disconnect that we're having.
Sure, but I'm just saying like
I would be more likely to believe you if you were a Giga Chad. I'm not saying that is the case. I'm saying I would more likely be to believe you if you're like.
No, but believe what? You saw the photo of the girl I got when I was 18, and you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, saying I was good looking and I must not have had game.
No, I never. Oh my god, I never said you were good looking. I said you were better looking back then, right? You were never great.
Okay, but I must have had some game at 5'8".
I saw about 3 or 4 valid receipts of you before the Southeast Asia thing. Okay. So how did you get those 3 or 4 girls? I don't know. Maybe you dated them. Maybe okay, it gives you a little bit of credibility. Sure, like you're not.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not coming on here telling you to call me a game master. I'm just asking you to not just shit on me and say I'm lying about my game.
Well, I do still very much think you're lying, but okay. So there's a spectrum of it.
You
So
just
I think
gave me, wait, you gave me more credibility, and then you're gonna still say I'm lying? That doesn't make sense, dude. I'm either more credible or I'm not. Like, you can't have it both
you're more
ways.
credible than an incel, but you're still not nearly don't have enough credibility to be a dating coach for someone who I think actually like consistently gets girls.
Okay.
Right, 3 or 4 receipts is not a lot. I can get 3 or 4 receipts in like a weekend. What really I would need to see, and this is what I don't understand. Like, why not just shoot some infield, get it over with, prove that you have game. You already put out, like, you're clearly not told privacy like concern, because you put out those photos of girls. When you do infield, you can actually censor their face, so they will actually have more privacy than whatever.
Hold on.
Just put it out
there.
Hold
on. The photos that I've shown have all gone on my social media. So I'm talking about the types of photos I've shown. You want more risque photos, but all the photos I show go on my social media. So my ethics are intact. I've already posted almost all those photos on social media. So it's not like I'm bringing things here that aren't easily accessible on my social media, on my Facebook profile, primarily because I didn't have Instagram and I'm not a photo taker. Many of the beautiful women that I've been with, I don't have photos with because I never took photos. I grew up you say we're in the same generation, sure, but I was 5 years before you doing this stuff. I had a cell phone that didn't take photos. So we're not in the photo generation. I didn't think I needed all these receipts when I was doing pickup to show 5-10 years later. A lot of the women that I've dated, I don't have pictures with because I didn't date them for very long. Fine.
I understand.
But
you're misunderstanding my question. What I'm saying is, why not just shoot some infield now? And
because you don't believe me when I say I'm ethically against hidden audio footage, and B, I feel awkward wearing it. So how can I possibly game wearing a microphone? I did it one time in a banana suit. Like, that's it. To me, it was a prank. If you don't think it was a prank, fine. But
this is what I understand. You're not ethically against approaching girls in a banana suit, but why are you ethically against approaching girls and videotaping without a banana suit? Like, what is the difference?
To me it's a prank. You don't think it's a prank? I don't care. You think it's a real infield? I don't care. But to me, it's a prank. That's where I see the difference. And what I'm saying is, from now on, I'm going to try and do 10 seconds or less, showing that I can approach girls infield. I'm not going to record audio. To me, it's creepy. I was a natural growing up. I know how creepy it is to record someone's audio without their permission. It's not illegal, but it is creepy. And so one of the things the guys that are watching this don't understand is they don't understand the difference between what's creepy and what's not. And a lot of what we're showing them, most women would find creepy. Bring 10 women on and ask them, would you be okay if a guy filmed you without your consent, did some hidden camera, and then blurred your face and then showed it to a bunch of guys? Like, a lot of women would think that's weird or creepy. And coming up socialized, that's why when I started pickup, a lot of the guys were weird. And I realized that I was one of the few guys who was socially adept at bringing it. So I actually started teaching guys from the very beginning social cues, social dynamics, so they wouldn't be as creepy. They wouldn't be just using, mystery method pickup lines, because they could get girls, but then the girls would eventually find out they were weird. And so what we did, we kind of started like, a group, almost like a fraternity, and we socialized. We became friends with each other. We made it more normal, and we took some of these guys that were weird and we made them more normal, because pickup is not normal. It's not normal socializing. It's not normal how it is.
That's a very nice monologue. It has absolutely nothing to do with the question. What I'm saying is, I think it's probably just as creepy, if not more creepy, to approach girls in a banana outfit. So you've already kind of crossed that bridge. But okay, if you're really concerned about the ethics,
it's not. It's called a prank. Simple Pickup did it for years. Maybe I wasn't good at it, but it's called a prank. They know it's a prank. I'm wearing a banana suit. It's not creepy if it's a prank.
You can tell by the girls' reactions. A lot of them thought it was really creepy. Why is this guy wearing a banana suit and approaching me? But anyway, why not just after you shoot the infield, right? After you get the reaction, just check with them. There's going to be some girls who will be cool with you putting it out there. Why not just do it that way? Why not just be like, yo, like, by the way, we're just shooting a video. Is it cool if I put this out there? There's a lot of YouTubers.
There's a YouTuber that did that, actually. And the girl, because you've already filmed it, right? So the girl, he told her she was on camera and asked her, and she looked creeped the fuck out. She looked weirded out. You can't just do that. You're going to creep them out just by telling them that you did it. Why would I make them uncomfortable even if I don't put it on camera? If they say don't use it, why would I put them in that position to begin with?
So then if they
That's
say
what's,
don't use
that's
it,
what's
don't use
socially
it.
awkward.
But yeah, like
No,
a
but
solid
I've already creeped them out by doing it without their
you
permission.
didn't do
I've already
anything
creeped
illegal.
them out.
You're allowed to videotape.
I didn't say illegal. I never said illegal. Don't put words in my mouth. I never said
You're
illegal.
making a much more bigger deal than it really is. To talk to a girl for 2 minutes and then be like, hey, by the way, we're recording this. We want to show guys how to approach girls. Is it cool if I censor your face, put it out there? A solid 50% of girls will be cool with that. It's not going to be that
Then
big
the
of a
other
deal.
half and the other half are going to be creeped out.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly. You don't care how the women feel. That's the problem. A lot of the stuff that is taught to guys is that don't care how the women feel. You don't prioritize how the women feel. Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm not going to prioritize a random chick's feelings over something that's not a big deal.
But that's why guys struggle with this stuff. That's why guys struggle with this stuff. They lack empathy for the women involved. They'll call me a feminist. They'll call me a feminist because I don't want to creep out women, right? That's why these guys are struggling.
This is actually one of the reasons why I don't think you have a good game. When you say things like the reason the guys are struggling is because they lack empathy, it's actually the opposite. A lot of these guys, they have too much empathy. They're too afraid to go for it. The problem
that's not empathy. That's not what empathy is, dude. Being afraid to go for it is not empathy. No, I'm sorry. Being afraid to go for it has nothing to do with empathy.
Just overly
as a fear of rejection.
Overly concerned about random girls' feelings is not the mindset of a guy who crushes it. Like
I'm overly concerned about men's feelings. I give a shit about people in general. It's not just women. I don't want to intentionally make people feel uncomfortable.
Dude,
I'm not worried if I accidentally hold on. I'm not worried if I accidentally creep out a girl. I'm not worried if I accidentally do something wrong, but I'm not going to intentionally do weird shit to people.
No one is asking me to do weird shit.
Yes, you are.
Filming videos is really, really popular in 2022. Pretty much every girl who lives in a major city. Yeah, it's super common, especially in Miami. So you approach a girl, you talk to her for 2 minutes, and then you explain the right way. Most girls will be cool with that. They're not going to give a shit. But if you want to take the other option, then you blur out their face and every piece of personal info. That's not a big deal either. Both of those are fully legal, and both of those most girls are not going to think is a big deal.
I grew up when I grew up, the women that I interact with would. So maybe I date more conservative women. I don't know.
Where do you live now?
I live in Thailand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, David Bond did it in Thailand. You can do the same thing as him. Okay, another solution. Wear a fucking GoPro. Like, what's the problem with that?
Yeah. So,
David Bond used to do.
Okay, that's something I could consider doing.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty easy solution. The girl knows you're being videotaped right away. But yeah, like he had a whole bunch of interactions with him talking to girls and pushing them in the GoPro. You could easily do that. And if you can show like good infield of good game, like you could literally put all this shit to rest. If you can show me good infield, I will happily change my position and be like, you know what? I was fucking wrong. Josh has solid game. I'll take an L. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Well, at least we made progress today. You gave me more credibility. We made progress.
You've gone from 0 to like 5%. Yeah.
5%? Come on,
like
10%. Give me a 10%.
I'll give you a 7%. Okay. So
7. All right, fair. 7 is my favorite number, so I'll take 7. How about that?
All right. So what do you think about that? You're going to do that?
Yeah, I'll think about doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
but again, like the whole concept of like needing to have infield to have game is ridiculous to me.
If you're a dating coach, you need to be able to provide proof because there's 90% of this industry is scammers, and you have to be able to.
Also, student testimonials too. Does it really matter if your students are crushing it? Does it really matter?
Those can be so easily faked.
Okay, well, so whatever.
Like if you bring a student, if you can bring a student on screen and I can like talk to him, then that's very credible.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's better. That's way better than anything we discussed the last 45 minutes is bringing students on. Yeah, that's way better.
Okay. Can you do that right now, or this has to be another time?
No. There's privacy stuff. I got to find one of my students that's willing to talk publicly. You know, guys.
Well, the more the better.
Sure, but I got to find one. I find not every guy's willing to talk publicly, so I'll find a student that's willing to talk.
Yeah. But I do think the GoPro solution will probably be the best way to put all this shit to rest. Like if you can display solid game, like not actually talking about game, but actually show solid game, then that'll be like, okay, like yeah, I'll reconsider my position for sure.
All right. I got 7% on this stream. That's good for me.
Yeah. You're going a little higher. Okay, let's move on to the next point. This is probably what I would say I have a much more I don't know issue with you doing that. So the whole as far as I see, the whole drama between Kevin and John was instigated by you. You messaged John saying, "Hey, Kevin talked about you." Actually, emailed him. Kevin talked about you in this video. This wasn't done out of friendship to John. You barely knew who John was at this point. This was done so that you could get on John's stream and talk shit about Kevin. Are you going to deny that?
So instigate, right? Who put the first video out online? Again, I'm not going to get into too much. I'm going to talk surface level because I said I don't want to get into too much detail. And I'm going to hold firm to that because I'm ready to move on from it. But you mentioned the word instigate. Who put out the very first video about any of this stuff?
I'm just talking about the drama.
Because it was
John.
No.
Talking about.
It's all related. It's all related, dude. Who put out the first video?
John was not involved in this at all. It was just between you and
exactly.
Kevin.
Who put out the first video?
Between you and Kevin?
Yes.
I don't know. I think it was him, but I'm not sure.
This is very important.
Well, dude, I don't remember the timeline. I thought you said we weren't going to talk about this, so I didn't research it.
Okay, but you brought this part up. So
no,
the instigation.
I'm not trying to talk about you and Kevin. I'm talking about Kevin.
But it's all related, though. It's
John
all
was
related.
not
Yes, it absolutely is.
It was
you got involved in the saga.
I'm not involved.
Yes, you absolutely are. Are you kidding?
How am I involved?
You're right now. We're doing this right now. You're making me answer for some other junk with this. This is all related, and you've inserted yourself into it. So this idea that you're not involved is ridiculous.
Not really.
My audience inserted yourself into this problem. You wanted me on your stream to talk about all this stuff. You shamed me into because I didn't agree to come on your stream to talk about it.
Yeah,
that's inserting yourself into it.
Dude, my audience wants to see it. I don't really give a fuck about the drama personally. My audience wants to see it.
You're still inserting yourself into it. I'm sorry, you can't.
Okay, sure.
I'm on the fence thing.
Technically, I'm inserted in it. Okay, fine.
Yeah, so then it matters, right? And if you're gonna say instigated, I didn't put this stuff online to begin with. All I ever did was defend myself. That's all I ever did. Everything I've ever put out in regards to the situation was in defense of myself. That's it.
Okay.
So this idea that I instigated is absurd. No matter who I talk to when, it's all related, and I did not start this. Actually, I made the effort to reconcile in private all of this. So, but that I don't want to talk about this. That's why I want to move on. I want to move forward. But that's all I'll say. This is I didn't instigate this. I didn't start this.
I'm talking about the email. You dragged John into this. The whole conflict between John and Kevin was created by you. Like, will you just acknowledge that? If you didn't send John that,
he was talking. They were talking crap about each other way before I talked to John.
No, not at that point.
They were. Yes, they were. They were. You said you can't pull this stuff out. I can pull up. There's tons of times where they both mentioned each other. Maybe it wasn't as intense now, but they started that way before I ever talked to John.
The whole thing got kicked off when you sent John that email. Then he went full on war mode. He had you on his channel. You guys spent an hour and a half talking about Kevin. Then Kevin started reacting to that. That's how the whole thing began.
Yeah.
You sent that email.
I was down there defending. I was on there defending myself.
The reason you sent that email is because you know John has a big platform, and you know he's someone that's going to get really pissed off if he finds out someone's talking about him, and you figured you would use that to your advantage, and you can use that to come on and basically share your message on his platform. That's why you did. It wasn't out of friendship, and I just think that's a snake move.
Okay, so what would you do if you had 1,000 subscribers? You had the truth and evidence on your side, and no one was willing to listen to you. No one backed you up. Everyone was backing up someone who was lying and slandering you. What would you do?
First of all, I would have had you on my channel the whole time, and we could have gone through it. You're the one that insisted that you don't want to talk about the Kevin stuff. So the offer to be on my channel was always up there. I would have just challenged you a lot more than John did, but yeah.
You said you were biased towards him.
No, I'm not
yes,
biased.
You did.
Well, yeah,
you said your friends.
Fine.
You said, hold on. You told me you would have a different moderator because you were friends with him and you were biased towards him, but you would try to remain objective, which is impossible if you have a bias. Non sequitur.
I could have easily had. No, first of all, I've debated Kevin. I've challenged him on shit. And second of all, yeah, okay.
No, not on this. Not on this.
Yeah, I could do. I've debated Kevin multiple times.
Not on
because
this.
I believe because I believe his side
Yeah,
of the
you
story.
believe
So I'm
it?
not gonna
Exactly. That's the problem, dude. You just
okay, you're
believe him
still,
blindly.
you're still,
You
you're still
blindly
moving the whole
believe
thing off
him.
track. You're still moving the whole
You
thing off
blindly
track.
believe him.
No, I don't
No,
blindly
you
believe him.
brought this up. That's why I don't want to talk. I told you I don't want to talk about this.
No, I'm not trying to talk about the thing with you and Kevin. I'm talking about the thing with
It's still, it's
John
all
and-
involved. It's all the same thing, dude.
No, it's
It's
not,
all
dude.
the same
The
thing. Yes, it
drama
is.
was between you and Kevin, and then you dragged a third party into it by
No,
manipulating him.
you were already involved, dude. You were the one pushing for the drama
No,
before
not
I
really.
ever
At that point,
admitted it.
no, at that point, that was way before I made any post. I don't really give a shit that much about this whole thing. It's not that deep
Yes,
to
you
me.
do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have brought it up just now.
Well, yeah, because I think it was
give
a real
tons of crap.
thing. I think it
So
was a
you
real
do this a lot where you say you don't care and then you do care. You say I'm a good guy and then you say you don't respect me. You try and play both sides, dude. You do this all the time.
You're
Yes,
misinterpreting
you
what I'm saying. Misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't care. I didn't care that much about the drama between you and Kevin. That's why I
Yes,
didn't
you
care about.
did. Otherwise, you wouldn't have pushed to have it on your channel.
Dude, it's just content that
You
people
do
want to see.
care. Exactly. That's your out. That's your cop out every time. You say it's content when people are like, you want to see it. You want to see it. That's why you put on it. Just admit you want to see it.
Let's just assume I really care. Okay, fine. Let's just assume that because it makes no
Yeah.
difference. What the thing that I took issue with, which I thought was a snake move, was when you dragged John into it by sending him that email with a clip of Kevin and basically using that, and you knew what you were doing, doing that to your advantage, so you get on his channel and talk shit about Kevin. That's what I took an issue with.
Defend myself and tell the truth.
Well, why not just email John then and be like, hey man, I really want to tell my side of the story. Why send them that clip?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't
It was
matter.
a-
He wants to talk about, I want to talk about. It doesn't matter because I didn't start any of this.
It was a basic
You say
manipulation.
instigator, but you say instigator. Instigator word is the person who starts it all. I didn't start anything.
With John and Kevin, you instigated that.
It's all part of the same thing, dude.
No, it wasn't. John was not involved in
Yes,
your
it
separation.
is.
How was
Dude,
he
it
involved?
doesn't matter.
It's a third party.
How are you involved? How are you involved? How are you involved?
How am I involved? Well, I'm not really involved.
Yes, you are. You inserted yourself. You're trying to play both games, man. You can't have it both ways. Either I'm bringing someone in or you're bringing yourself in. You can't do this like play both sides game. You always try to play both sides. I'm not in. I don't care. I do care. I don't care. It's for the fans. It's for the drama.
Well, I don't care that much. It's like you think.
Yeah,
like
that's
your
the
guys-
thing. You keep saying that.
like
It's
a
like saying, it's Coach Whitepill. I think you're a nice guy, but then I also don't respect you and think you're a liar. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, you can, dude. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. I can't.
You can't think
you're a nice human being who's also lying about this shit. Who's also a little
who's
bit
a
of a
liar. You think I'm a nice guy, a nice human being who's also a liar? I lie about my game. I lie about the situation. No, I'm not a nice guy if I'm a liar. I'm
You
not,
can be a nice guy.
but I'm not a liar.
Okay, well,
No.
you're saying that. I
No,
believe you, but
it's a
okay.
non sequitur. It doesn't make any sense.
Dude, those two things are not mutually exclusive. You can have a nice person.
Yes, they
who's
are.
being a total douche in
Dude,
a
I
certain
don't think a
situation.
nice person is a liar. I don't think of any nice people that are. I don't know any nice people that are liars.
Okay, fine. Well, there's no nice people who are lying. You're still derailing the conversation. Bring it back to the initial point. Why don't you just own the fact that you dragged John into it, that he wasn't involved?
Because I didn't instigate anything. I didn't. I defended myself online. That's all I ever did. You can pick a minor point that you keep going back to, but at the end of the day, I never started this.
You almost caused a massive lawsuit battle. No, so it's not a minor point. So okay, let's
It's a
just
very
assume,
minor point.
Let's just assume
How I
that
talked to John is irrelevant to the fact that I wanted to tell the truth with someone actually watching.
Let's just assume that Kevin instigated the whole thing, but then what you did was you dragged John.
No, not
into
then.
it.
There is no then. There is no then. There's an instigator and then someone defending themselves. There is no then. You keep trying to flip it. There is no then, dude.
Was John okay? Was John?
I did what? I defended myself. That's it.
You manipulated.
You keep wanting to flip it on me.
No, dude, because you did manipulate him. You sent him a clip that was taken from an old ass fucking stream that he had no idea.
It was not an old ass stream. It was not on a stream.
Okay, fine. It's a new stream. You didn't do that out of loyalty. You did that because you knew if you did that, he would get pissed off and then he would have you on his channel, which is exactly what you did. You played him. And I guess it was like pretty decent, I guess, but it was also really fucking shitty.
Oh, great. So it was shitty. Was it shitty that people are lying and slandering about me online? Isn't that shitty too, man?
I don't know if people lie.
You don't put yourself in someone else's shoes. You keep saying, "Oh, it's cool if someone lies and slander about me. I don't care. I'm Alex. If someone lies and slander me, I don't care." No, you said, "I'll debate Rolo or whatever. I debate my haters. I don't care." But if someone's going around lying and slandering your name, you would care, and you would try and figure out how to get your message out. If you only had 1,000 subscribers, no one's listening to the truth, you would find a way to tell it. All right, but that's all I want to say about this, because I don't want to get into
what I would not do.
Cover it.
Well, I'm not trying to talk about Kevin. You keep bringing it up.
We are though. This is, you can't do that. It's all related.
No, it's not, dude. John was not involved.
It is absolutely related. Yes,
John,
it's absolutely related.
How was John involved in your separation? How was he involved in it?
How were you involved?
Dude, can you answer my question without a question?
No, because it's the same thing. You're both inserting yourselves into the situation and then acting like you're not. You
inserted John into it. I inserted myself.
Look, I didn't start anything online. So you keep, it's like you keep focusing on the minor point when I'm not the one who instigated anything. It's a very minor point.
You really almost caused the loss.
You don't think that the instigation of it matters? The instigation absolutely matters. I tried to reconcile everything in private.
Okay. You can be 100% in the right with your drama with Kevin. Kevin could be 100% in the wrong, but by dragging John into it and manipulating him, you're still in the wrong for doing that. Those two things are not like somehow.
It's like whataboutism. It's like, what about this? It's like, oh, this guy murdered, but what about the time that you stole his lunch? Like, who cares, dude?
Dude, you don't think that's a shitty thing to do? Like, almost.
Dude, I think it's a bigger shitty thing to do when you have a private relationship and someone takes it public after they did everything in their power, everything that they could to reconcile it.
You still keep going back to Kevin. Just forget about Kevin for a second.
Yes,
we're talking
because
about
it's all related, dude. You can't separate the two. It's all related.
No, he did not work with you guys.
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter, dude. You didn't work with us. Why are you involved? You didn't work with us either.
Because I want to, because I found it.
You're making judgment calls on me when you weren't there.
John was not trying to get involved in this. He did not.
You weren't there, dude. You're saying you're all high and mighty, but you're the one who got involved as well.
I saw the email.
You inserted yourself.
I didn't do anything snaky. I was pretty straight up, so that's the big difference.
Okay, straight up. As far as putting me on blast without any evidence, that's not shady. Oh, come on, man.
I can give you the evidence right now, but you don't want to talk about the evidence. So I mean, like, what you can't.
You never gave it to me in private.
I did. I sent you a voicemail when I explained it. I explained all the things I think you're lying about. Go back to your voicemail.
You didn't give me evidence that I was lying about them.
Dude, I don't have evidence. I wasn't there. I'm just giving you my thoughts.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You weren't there, and you're making judgment calls, and you're saying stuff that you have no evidence to support, man.
No, I saw the email you sent John. I do have evidence.
Oh my God, you're obsessed with that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the whole situation. You're focusing on one small element. Dude, you're dodging as well from what matters, which is the entire situation. The larger picture here. Let's stick to the larger picture here.
But you told me you don't want to talk about the larger picture, so I've been trying
because I want to move on and coach. Do you think this helps my coaching program? And you think this helps guys? No, it helps views. It only helps views. It doesn't help guys. I want to help guys. I want to coach.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't really buy that. I think that if you
you don't believe I want to coach guys?
I don't believe you're this like altruistic person who's just like trying to help everybody, and like your big passion in life is just helping guys get good at game. I think there's a lot of
literally.
I think you're trying to recover your reputation.
That's projection, dude.
My reputation.
Just because you want to be on YouTube, and have drama, does not mean I do.
I'm not involved in any controversy. Like, I don't need to recover.
No, your whole channel is drama now. Stirring up drama. You're doing it right now.
Small percentage of my channel.
No, a large growing percentage of your channel is drama. And just because you don't think just because you don't think I have an altruistic motive to help guys doesn't mean I don't have that.
What percentage of my channel do you think is drama?
I don't know. It's ever increasing. It's at least 50% now.
At least 50%.
I can count the videos.
Let's take a look at my channel. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Hang on a second. Let's actually get to the bottom of this. What percentage of this channel is drama?
So to this one right now, we're on.
Yeah, sure, we can count that. Okay.
Oh, I think we have to count that because you just brought up the situation,
Okay.
which I told you
Non-drama,
is
drama,
not important to me.
drama. Okay, drama, non-drama, 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 non-drama. I wouldn't. This is kind of 50-50. Non-drama, drama, non-drama, 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 non-drama,
No, that drama with
non-drama,
you and me, that's
non-drama,
definitely drama.
non-drama. Okay, partially drama, non-drama, 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 non-drama. It's like literally less than 5%, bro.
No way, dude. That math was off there. That was like 25, 30%. So maybe I was wrong. Not 50%. Let's say 30%.
No, it's not even close
You
to
did
that.
a lot of social justice warrior debates that were drama. That's not
No,
helping,
there
guys.
were debates. There weren't drama.
Yeah, debates with social justice warriors don't teach guys any game. That's drama.
The whole point of no, there's a middle ground. There's more than two categories. There's more categories than drama and teaching guys game. There's also entertainment. I do entertainment on my channel. Not everything has to be.
That's fine. But this idea that I can't want to help guys is ridiculous. Just because that's my focus. Your focus on YouTube. My focus is wanting to help guys and coach.
Okay, dude. That's just my opinion. But okay, let's just assume.
But your opinion. See, the thing is, you keep saying it's just my opinion, but guys don't take it like that. Guys think if Alex says that Coach Whitepill has no game, that's what they take it as. If Alex says that Coach Whitepill is not a good coach, that's how they take it. Your viewers take it that way.
I don't know if you're a good coach or not. I've never claimed that you're not a good coach, but I legitimately don't think you have game. So yeah.
But if I don't have game, how can I be a good coach? That doesn't make any sense.
I never said
if I'm a theory guy, then no. But I'm just saying. You said. Then how are they getting results?
I have no idea if your guys.
How are they executing? So wait, so then you should make the same claim. Then you should claim I'm not a good coach. If I have no game, then I have no coach. I should not be a good coach.
I am confident about the fact that you don't have game. I am not confident about the fact that
you gave me 7% more today. You can't take it back now.
I'm not taking it back. Okay, you went from being extremely shitty at game to being slightly shitty at game. That still doesn't change the overall arching picture. But I'm not going to make a claim that I don't know about. I don't know if you're a good coach or not, so I'm not going to say.
Wait a minute. The whole situation you made a claim you don't know about. The whole situation that I don't want to talk about anymore. You made claims that you know nothing about. We've established that.
Yeah, no, it's not true that I know nothing about it. I've seen the way the evidence unfolded. And yeah, I can't 100% prove it in a court of law, but I'm pretty confident about all that. Yeah, so I can make that claim. But I'm not going to make a claim that you're a bad coach because I don't really know. I don't know if you're a good coach or not. So I'm not going to say you're a good coach, but I'm not going to say you're a bad coach.
But you'll say you'll say my game's shitty even though you've never been with me gaming.
Yeah, based on the piece of infield that we saw, even though you call it a prank, based on the way you get super emotional on literally.
Wait. You know what I want to see? You know what I see? I want to see it done by a real expert. I want to see you guys in the banana suit. Show me how it's done from an expert standpoint.
Oh, dude,
you want to show me what real game looks like? You put on the banana suit. Show me how it's done. No, you're judging it. Show me how it's done. No. AG Hayden puts on costumes all the time. If you can really do fantastic game in a banana suit that you're saying that it's not a prank, bro, it's real infield, then put on a banana suit and show me how it's done, man. You're the expert.
You or not, my mind wouldn't even think for me to put on a banana suit because it'd be like, why?
But you're judging a banana suit video as if it's real infield, even though it's a prank. Why don't you just do it yourself?
Okay. Let's assume it is a prank. I still can evaluate the way the girls respond to you and how awkward and nervous you are. The anxiety
exactly. So
literally is picked up by every single person who's watching it.
Great. So put on the banana suit and show us what a real expert would look like. You want to show me how it's done because I'm so keyboard jockey. I want to learn from you. Put it on.
I have a real infield on my channel without.
No, but you don't have the banana infield, man. Come on, you got to show me how it's done. You keep critiquing it. Show me how it's done. Put on the banana suit.
You're acting like the banana thing is somehow like a point in your favor. If anything, it shows that you have horrible judgment.
No, but I want you to show me how it's done properly because apparently it's real infield, right?
You don't need to do that.
Well, no. Banana, you're claiming that banana is real infield, so I want to see how you would do it. I think that's a legitimate thing. I think the viewers want to see you do it in a banana suit. Dude, do you know how many views I would get? You know how many views you would get if you did a banana infield?
Dude,
your channel would blow up even bigger than it is.
No, dude, I have the common sense to know that I don't want to be like the running joke of YouTube. Like, I don't want to fucking Jester Max.
No. You want to be a running joke because you display expert game. How could you be a joke if you crushed it, if you did a displayed expert game?
Yeah, because you're still putting on a banana suit, which is like super fucking cringe.
No, but if you're advanced game, you should be able to do it. You should be able to pull it off.
I could probably do it. I just don't want to do it. That's the difference.
But I mean, you don't think it sounds like you don't think you could do a really good job and actually do good game in it.
I could do it. I just don't want to
So
do it.
why not do it?
Because one, my credibility
Why not
is
do
not
it then?
and two, because I think it's super duper cringe. Like why? Wait,
it's cringe or mine was cringe. Mine was cringe or it's cringe. Because it's cringe, that's called a prank. If mine was cringe, you should be able to do it better. If it's real infield.
Both, dude. I think the concept is cringe, and I think the way you carried yourself was cringe.
I just don't believe that you could do it. I don't believe that you could do a good job in it. That's the issue. I don't believe you.
That's fine. You don't have to believe me, but there's actually like literally pieces of infield on my channel that you can look.
Well, I want to issue this is why I'm wearing my banana shoe. I want to issue the banana pickup challenge, and I want all the coaches who are willing to participate, who aren't scared of looking foolish in a banana suit and getting exposed for not having game, issuing the banana challenge. I want to see other coaches do it and show better game than I did, because apparently my game was poor. So I want to see other coaches do it. And I'm going to assume that if they don't want to do it, that they can't do it or they're scared to do it.
You can assume all you want, but 99.9% of people just think that shit is ultra cringe. And
that's great. But apparently experts can do it better than me. Hold on though. If somebody wants to say and critique it, that means they think they can do it better. So if they think they can do it better, prove it. But prove it.
Dude,
put on the banana and prove it.
I think I can go to Thailand and pick up a fobby Asian chick better than you. But
no, I did it. I did it in the U.S. I did it in Vegas. I did the banana thing in the U.S.
There's a lot of things that I think I could do better than you that I don't want to do. That's the thing. You're
no, but you're critiquing something that you can't do, though. You're critiquing something you can't do.
No, I just don't want to do it.
Why? It's good. It's good for views. Your channel would do great if you did in a banana pickup.
It's ultra cringe, bro. And the fact that you don't realize just shows me how little social awareness you have. It's literally a fucking meme.
Well, no. Okay, because I was bad at it, right? If you're really good, you'll crush it. And then everyone will see how good you are.
The concept is cringe by itself.
So then it's a prank. How could it be my bad game then if it's the concept, right? It's a non sequitur. It's a non sequitur. Either it's a cringe concept and I there's no way to do it well, or it's fine and I did so poorly at it. You can't have it both ways. It can't be both.
They're not.
No, because if I put on the banana suit, there's no way to do it well, right? If you say it's a cringe concept, there's no way anyone can do the banana suit well, or can they?
I think it can be done way better than you did it. I think it could be way less.
So do it. So do it then. Prove that. Don't just talk. Walk the walk. Sounds like you're just talk then.
I'm not going to put on a banana suit, but nice try. But yeah, I'm not going to fucking put on a banana suit and become a laughing stock of
So why are you critiquing it then? So again, so the thing is, so there's no way to win then, right? There's no way to do it well.
You did something ultra cringe. That's like you saying like, yo, Josh, there's a video of you like blowing this dude. You're like, well, fucking why don't you blow the dude and show us how it's done? I'm like, dude, like,
I don't think there's a video of blowing dudes. I don't think there's that.
I'm giving you an analogy, but yeah, like I'm not
really. The analogy is wearing a banana suit is equivalent to blowing dudes. I think we got off the rails here.
It's ultra fucking cringe, bro.
So show me how it's done when it's not cringe. Prove that you can pick up girls.
I want to do something that's ultra cringe.
Wait, but again, this is the non sequitur. The non sequitur is this: if it's ultra cringe to put on a banana suit, then it can't be real infield, and you can't evaluate someone's game because there's no way to do it right. There's no way to do it without it being cringe. Is there a way to do it without it being cringe?
I think there's ways to make it a lot less cringe. Yeah.
So then why? But then why won't you do it? You said there's no way to. You said it's automatically cringe by doing it at all.
Because I'm not a weirdo that wants to put on a banana suit. I don't need
exactly. To. So it's but what I'm saying is it's not.
See, that's a receipt. Go ahead.
Great. Hi, congratulations. Hi, Natty. Hi.
Okay, keep going.
What's up? No, but I'm saying is if it's ultra cringe by itself, then no one could do it well, meaning there's no judgment to be made on the actual game because it's you lose from the beginning. So what's the point in breaking down the infield if it's cringe the minute you put on the suit, right? Or someone could do it better. That's an or, right? Or someone could do it better, so then they should show themselves doing it better. right? There's no point in evaluating or breaking down infield. If it's cringe from the beginning, there's no way to do it right. It's a lose-lose situation. You could argue that.
Here's a simple solution.
Yeah,
Why don't you just mimic one of my infields and just do an infield of you not wearing a banana suit, approaching a girl, talking to a girl, getting her number. And then we can
because we're
compare
talking. Hold on. We're talking about bananas here. You can't change the subject. No. That's a dodge. We're talking about bananas here. You can't dodge that.
I've already made it perfectly clear that I'm not going to put on a banana suit.
All right, that's fine. But I'm still issuing the challenge to all coaches that want to show better game than me. Put on the banana suit. That's my challenge to all the coaches, not just you. I don't want to single you out, Alex.
I think the simple solution is for you to do real infield instead of like trying to get everyone in this weird
No,
banana
see,
shit.
that's dodging for guys who are scared to look foolish, right? They're scared to have
guys who have self-respect, bro, and don't want to be a fucking laughing stock. Like you're confusing fear with self-respect. I'm not scared to fucking, I don't know, like fucking like.
No, I mean AJ Hayden does a lot of costume stuff. You don't make fun of him for it. He does great with it. He does a lot of fun from joke footage.
I've never seen him put on a banana suit.
Not banana, but he does a lot of costume stuff. I was with him when he was wearing a mystery costume. He does a lot of costume stuff. He does really well with it.
Yeah, but when he does,
why isn't he a laughing stock? He does costume. He did shirtless stuff. He did some weird stuff. He does shirtless pickup, and he's not that in shape.
Yeah, there's levels of it, but I think that banana.
No, but he's great. No, but he's great, and he does similar costume stuff. Not a banana, but he does similar costume stuff. He does great.
Look what you just said there. If Avery is great when he does costumes, then why can't you be great when you do your banana outfit?
Well, no, I got to see better. I want to see him do a banana or you do a banana, that will show me and a real expert how they do it. That's what I want to see.
A real expert has the self-esteem and self-respect not to put on a banana outfit.
We literally just said that he does other costumes, so why not a banana costume?
I think a banana outfit is a whole new level of cringe.
Dude, so okay. All right. Well, maybe an apple, orange, grape, something.
I don't need to put on weird outfits to pick up girls. I can just like go and chat with girls in real life. I don't need to do like all this weird shit. Nor am I going to, for the sake of proving to you how to approach a girl in a fucking fruit costume.
That's fine. I'm still going to issue the challenge because I think this coaches are scared to put on a banana suit. Maybe look a little different, right? It's not that big a deal. It's just a freaking costume. Why are guys scared? Why are so many guys scared to look different? Why are guys scared to wear a costume?
I think that's like saying, oh yeah, these guys are scared to fucking not shower for a month, right? These guys are just so scared of going out and picking up girls smelling like shit. Oh, these guys are so scared.
I think that was a challenge. I think someone did that.
There's these guys who are scared of just like running around naked on the street. They're too scared to do that. They have to pick up girls in their clothes, like a fucking playing the safe game. They can't go and pick up these girls naked, right? They're so scared of like fucking going out there naked and trying to pick up a girl. It's like, dude, like that's not the reason. It's just people who have self-respect.
No, but I actually think somebody did that. I think they did the smelly challenge. Somebody did that. Somebody picked up with being smelly.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cringe people on the internet, but that's not going to make me.
No. I think it was someone we know, a coach.
Totally irrelevant.
I don't want to say Avery because I don't know, but someone did that challenge. Some coach did it.
Okay,
and they weren't made fun of for it. They thought it was funny and it was a fun prank or joke. I forget
whether
who did
people
it. I don't want
to is actually not that important to me. It's just I have self-respect and I'm not gonna fucking wear weird outfits and try to pick up girls because that's gesture maxing, and that's not what I'm about.
Well, you're missing a huge opportunity.
I'm missing a huge opportunity to look like a dipshit on the internet. Like that's really not what I'm trying to do. But okay. But going back to what we were saying earlier, I just like I think if you just owned that, like I think you'd be well better off at just saying, yeah, man, you know what? I had a selfish motive. I wanted to get back at Kevin or whatever. I want to tell my side of the story. That's why I dragged John into it. But you're doing this weird thing where you keep dodging and like answering my questions with the questions. But like, why don't you just own
I'm not dodging it. I told you I didn't want to talk about this. I answered it on my channel. I did 2 videos in a stream. I took them down because I want to move on. Okay, I don't want to talk about him anymore. Let me move on. I don't care.
I'm not talking about Kevin.
Yes, we are. It's all related. Dude, it's all related. You keep going back to this.
Was John involved? Yes or no?
He was, because before I ever said anything to him, they were talking shit about each other. Before I ever said anything. You got involved too. It's a whole mess. I don't freaking care anymore. I don't want to talk about it. I want to move on. It's not a big deal. You don't want to talk
about it because it makes it look really, really bad.
No, it literally doesn't. I've talked about it endlessly Months ago, I talked. You could have come on my like in my chat or on my stream when I was streaming on my channel talking about it. You could ask whatever questions you want. You could ask any questions you want in private. You haven't done that. Just because I don't want to come on your stream to talk about it, like I don't owe you anything, dude. It's my personal situation.
You've never admitted publicly that you dragged John into this drama for your own selfish gain.
Dude, no. Who cares? Who freaking cares? There's so much bad shit that's been done on the like. It doesn't freaking matter.
Do you think if a lawsuit wound up happening and they both wound up suing each other, do you think that would have been bad? Because if it wasn't for me,
it's not up to me. That has nothing to do with me.
If it wasn't for me, that probably would have happened.
Like it's not up to me, man. It's between them.
But you instigated the whole thing by emailing him that clip.
I didn't instigate anything. I did not put anything on the internet first. I did not instigate anything. That was done before. I did not make the first video or the second video. I tried to move on, but people wanted to know. So I put it on my channel and I explained everything. And now I want to move on. And it's really weird that you guys are obsessed with it. Let me move on. I don't care. Let me move on. Just stop being obsessed with it for views. Like,
oh my God. Okay.
Stop being obsessed with it.
Okay. Let me try to give you an analogy that might make sense. Okay. Let's say my old business partner, David Swift, he made a video talking a whole bunch of bullshit about me, saying all this negative shit. And then let's say I decided to email No Jumper, right, who's a much bigger platform than me. I say, hey, Adam, there's this video of David Swift who's talking a lot of shit about you. Here it is, man. And then he's like, oh, fuck, I hate this guy, because you knew that Adam was like, kind of prone to getting a little pissed off. And then he has me on his platform. And then I spent an hour and a half talking shit about my old business partner, whether it's true or not. You don't think that would be me dragging Adam22 into this drama?
You're missing one massive point here.
What's the point?
David Swift doesn't have 1 million YouTube subscribers.
Dude, the analogy holds because David Swift has a fraction of the following I do, and then I'm dragging a person who's much bigger.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because David Swift. No, it doesn't, because David Swift is now slandering you to 1 million subscribers. That's a major point you're missing. 10 times your audience.
Okay, and then I'm dragging someone who has 10 times my audience into it, or 100 times my audience.
Okay, but you're not in the same position. David Swift doesn't have 1 million YouTube subscribers, so you can't compare the situations. They're very different. No,
they're not. I'm dragging someone into. I don't have much of a following, right, in the situation, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
So I'm dragging someone into the photo, into the picture, who has much bigger following than me.
So you can tell the truth.
Whatever, sure. But I'm dragging someone else.
That matters.
Okay, let's just assume.
Yeah, because you have no one listening. Because you have no one listening to you.
But I'm manipulating a third party to my advantage so that I can go on and tell my truth on their channel.
Dude, you're not in the situation. You never have been. Stop trying to act like you know what you would do. You don't.
You're like ultra ethical guy, but like this is like a really fucking shitty thing, and you're just like still not able to own it.
So is putting me on blast and saying my opinion without any evidence. So is that. That's really shitty too.
I've never manipulated people to be involved and fight my battles for me.
No, you just trashed me without any evidence.
Okay, but you don't want the evidence. Like
that's okay, dude. You haven't sent me any evidence in private. Nothing. You just say my opinion and my claims. You have no evidence. You've admitted to have no evidence. You weren't there.
I'm not allowed to render my opinions on relevant.
You shouldn't. Drama. It's reckless. It's reckless without any evidence. You shouldn't be rendering opinions.
Okay, fine. Let's just assume I'm in the wrong for that. That still doesn't in any way change what you did. Okay, let's just assume I'm a dipshit for doing that. That still doesn't change the fact what you just own it, bro.
The whole point is that when you have what happened to me, you have limited options of what to do. You just that's how it is.
So you think dragging a third party into it is like a good ethical option?
It's your only option. If no one's listening to you, that's your only option.
Okay, so if no one's listening, just manipulate a third party who has a bigger channel, who's known to be volatile.
Then manipulate him. You act like John is some idiot, who like some dunce. You're not giving John enough credit here.
Idiot, but I think he can be manipulated.
Dude, okay, so you're saying John is dumb. Dude,
No, I'm not.
that's
John
ridiculous.
is a highly-
Then he should. Then John's his own person. He knew what was going on.
Smart people are able to be manipulated.
I don't know what to tell you, man. You're saying I somehow masterminded and took control over John. John's a smart guy.
You did manipulate him into getting what you want.
Dude, you're just saying John is dumb. I don't know what else to tell you, man. You're
Well,
saying
no
that I
one's
some
saying that.
some
No
kind
one
of
said that one.
mastermind to take care of
No
John.
one's saying he's dumb. No one's saying he's dumb. What I am saying is that you manipulated someone into getting what you want. And it was a shitty thing. And you potentially might have kicked off a big lawsuit, which would have happened if I didn't get involved.
I didn't instigate anything. I'm still going to reiterate that. I did not instigate anything. I did not put out the first video. It's all related. We're going in circles, man. But the whole point is I didn't start anything, and that's why I don't want to talk about this stuff.
You're doing
You
the
keep
most
going back to drama.
You're doing the most insane mental gymnastics to get out of just like owning something that you did.
You're doing the most insane mental gymnastics to try and avoid the real problem, which was the instigation from the very beginning.
Dude, I'm not avoiding that. You
You're
just said you don't
moving the
want
goalposts. You're
No,
moving
how
the
am I avoiding
goalposts.
I'm totally down to
Because
talk
the
about
main
that.
issue is what was instigated from the beginning. That's the main issue. But again, you keep going back to this. I've asked you, I want to move on. I want to move on. You keep going back to this.
You asked me
like
not
the
to
drama.
Oh my god, dude! You asked
I
me
just
not
don't
to
want to talk about it. Why don't we move on?
Because it makes you look bad. Because you don't want to fucking take accountability.
No, it doesn't make me look bad. You are trying to make me look bad. There's a huge difference between the two.
The situation is really fucking bad, but I think if you just own it, you will look a lot better. If you'd be like, you know what, dude?
Dude, you're picking one minor point out of a major issue. It's a very minor point. It's an extremely minor point out of a very major issue. You're moving the goalpost.
You almost kicked off a pretty big lawsuit, which would have happened if I didn't get involved, most likely. I don't think that's small potatoes. If someone had to like,
I think it'd be hard to argue that I kicked off any lawsuit. That's ridiculous. They were talking trash about each other before I ever said anything.
The lawsuit didn't happen because I stepped in.
I don't care. I'm ready to move on. I want to coach. I know you don't believe me that I want to coach and that I care about my guys, but my guys know I care about them. Okay. My guys know that I'm there for them, that I'm trying to help them improve their dating lives. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to talk about. I don't care if you believe me or not. It's irrelevant.
Okay, so you're not going to admit it. You're not going to own this. You're just gonna like.
There's nothing to own. There's nothing to own.
Keep deflecting. Just be like, oh, I just want to coach. I just want to coach. You're not going to own it
because you're not going to own the fact that I didn't instigate any of this from the beginning. I can own that from the very beginning.
I just said already. I'll grant you that. I don't know, but I think you are right about that. That it was Kevin.
But that's very important. You can't just think. That's the most important point is that I didn't start any of this. And I'm ready to finish it and move on, dude. I know it's good for views. I know everyone's watching because it's good for views. I'm happy for your channel. I'm happy for your channel that's growing and lots of views, but it does not serve me at all to keep talking about drama.
Well, I think if you just like owned it and you just like took accountability, then it would serve you because people would probably
accountability for what? I didn't do anything.
For the fact that you dragged someone else into your mess and almost kicked off a major.
No, I didn't. He was already involved. We're going in circles. He was already involved. They were already talking trash before I ever said anything.
No, they weren't. They were talking about collaborating.
Yes, they were. How did I send them something if they weren't already talking trash?
John literally was asking me if I could get or I forget, it was either Kevin or John, but basically we were all in a group chat together and we were talking about doing a collaboration. So there weren't talks to do.
That was before. That was wait a minute. I was there for that. That was like the beginning of the year before anything else happened.
And then the whole thing really kicked off after you sent John that email. Then he came on and
literally didn't. Oh my god.
Yeah, it did. That's when the whole thing kicked out.
Nice.
Okay, if you don't want to take any accountability, I mean, I think that just kind of
you won't. You're doing the same thing, not taking any accountability for a much bigger problem.
500 times that I think Kevin, kicked the whole thing off. Yeah, as far as I remember.
Okay, so that's what matters. Then why focus on one minor point when that's what really matters?
There's more than one thing that matters.
You've never okay.
Like you think that it's one of the. You think it's like
it's a bigger thing that you've never challenged him on. That's a much bigger thing.
Because I don't really give a shit. Because I don't
think why do you give a shit coming at me, but you don't care about the bigger problem?
I think it's shitty for Kevin to voice his opinion, displeasure about your situation.
No,
I do
slander
think
and lies. Slander and lies. Stop his opinion. Slander and lies.
I don't know if he is
Provable
slandering.
lies.
I don't.
Dude, I've
how-
already been through this on my channel. You haven't watched my videos. No one did. I took them down, but I've proven slander and lies.
I watched all your videos,
It's
and your
proven.
proof is iffy at best. It's like your receipts.
No, it's
they're like
literally
very-
not. I put up recordings, dude. Come on.
No, your
I
proof-
put up
watched-
recordings of lies. Dude, I
watched
put
all
it.
those
I'm done
videos.
with this. No, you haven't.
I watched all those videos, and your proof was very iffy at best. All right, chat.
No, it
be
wasn't.
honest.
I have recordings of lies, dude. I have recordings of lies. I'll send you the videos again if in private you want. I took them down because I want to move on. Jesus.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
I don't want to talk about him anymore. Let him do his own thing. I do my own thing. I'm as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to say any more words about him. Stop trying to make me. Let us both move on.
I'm actually not trying to at all bring up Kevin. You just keep bringing him on because that's like your.
No,
only
you brought him up. You brought him up in the situation.
I'm talking about how you dragged John into that whole mess, which I thought was a very
Dude.
snaky move.
Oh my god.
Very, very snaky move to bring someone into your situation
my
for your own
God.
personal benefit and to manipulate someone. I just thought that was like just a fucking snaky shit to do. And I just think that if you
Okay.
just own that and you're like, you know what, man, yeah, that wasn't right, but whatever, I regret that. Or maybe
Okay,
you don't
well,
regret
I'll tell you what. The minute the slander and lies are owned, I'll consider it. But I ain't saying shit until the slander and lies that I've proven are lies. How about that? Let's start
Have
there.
you ever heard the saying two wrongs don't make a right?
Oh my god, dude! You're
Like,
talking
Kevin-
about one email versus slander and lies. I'm ready to move
Kevin-
on. Just let me move on.
All right, relax. Kevin could be 100% like fucking slandering and lying. That still doesn't vindicate you of dragging someone else into your mess. Okay, so yeah, Kevin wrote this. Okay, incorrect. Kevin made a community post saying we parted for business reasons. I made a video to tell the truth and wasn't business at all. Okay, is that incorrect? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So technically, he did kick it off.
Yeah,
but,
because I didn't want to air personal shit online. All right, let's move on.
Dude, I think the only reason you're getting this frustrated is just because like you know that like the story makes you look bad.
No, the lies make me look bad. The lies
just-
make me. It's not a story. The lies make me
you don't-
look bad.
but
Can
you
we
don't
just
want to
move
talk
on,
about
dude?
the-
I told you I want to talk about this. You keep talking about this. You already agreed not to talk about this. You brought it
No,
up.
I'm not
I talked
talking
about
about-
it, even though I didn't want to. Let's move
you
on,
brought it
dude.
on.
What else? You want to talk
It's like-
game? What
this
else?
is like a really-
Move on.
This is like a really weird dodging thing because I'm not actually interested.
It's
I
not.
wasn't
I
trying-
asked you last stream. You said you want to talk about it. I'm not dodging shit. I already talked about it. I talked about it here, even though I asked you not to. I talked about it. I answered all your questions, and you won't move on. It's not dodging anything. I told you I want to move on. I want to coach. I don't care if you believe me or not. Let me move on.
Okay,
I haven't said a
chat.
bad word about him since. I'm trying not to talk about him because I want to coach. I want to move on.
Okay, chat.
I'm not talking bad. I don't want to talk a single bad word about him ever again. Let me just
Okay.
coach.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, relax.
Jesus,
Relax.
you're
This is what-
obsessed with
this is what I
this.
mean. This is what I mean about you getting super emotional. Why I don't think you have a good game. Okay,
Yeah,
chat.
because I don't want to talk about it and you won't let it go. Dude, this idea that like, oh, Mr. Alpha never gets emotional. Come on, dude. You know that's
Dude,
not
I've been-
true.
I've been in debates where I've been pressed 1,000 times harder than this, and I never get emotional. That's
Dude,
just
on
like-
your personal, on David Swift, you've been pressed in debates
Yeah,
about
dude, I've been
David
pressed-
Swift.
I've been pressed on like some TikTok SJWs think I'm like a rapist and shit.
All
and
right,
even,
all
like,
right. Can we move on? I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk
Okay,
about
okay.
him. I want to move on. Let me
Okay,
move
okay.
on.
Okay,
Yes, I'm
okay.
emotional about it because it's in a personal thing. Let's move on. Let's talk about
Okay,
something
don't-
else.
Don't shit your pants. Okay. Chat. Okay, we're gonna move on, but I just want to get the chat's opinion on this, and then we're gonna move on. What do you guys think? And be honest. Like, if I'm in the wrong here, like fucking whatever it is. So let me know. What what was the question? Oh yeah, does it look like Coach Whitepill's trying to dodge this shit, or does it feel like I'm pressing him a little too much? Let me
That's
know.
not a leading question.
How do you want me to ask the question? Ask the question any way you want.
Do you think that Coach Whitepill should have to answer these questions after he already did, or is it okay for him to want to move on from this? Something like
That's
that.
again, this is a totally different question, but okay, fine, whatever.
No, it's the same question. It's the same question. Should I be able to move on, or do I have to answer more questions about the drama?
Because you could have answered this in like
'Cause
5 minutes, but everyone
No,
in
I
the chat
couldn't,
is
dude.
pretty much everyone in the chat is saying you're dodging, and then a few people are saying
Yes, great. I knew they would say that. Of course they'll say that, dude. They love the drama. They're here for the drama. Of course.
Bro, my chat. Nah, you don't know my chat. They're not afraid to go against me. I've had situations where 90% of my chat is going against me when I'm debating certain issues, so they're not afraid to like.
Yeah, let's see them. No, they want to go against you when it's drama. They love the drama.
Nah, dude. Sometimes my chat is like, yo, you're fucking, not being fair to this person. But
okay, regardless, I don't really care if your chat wants to hear more. I've already answered all the questions. I want to move on. I don't want to talk about him. He can do whatever he wants. I do whatever I want. Let's just move on.
Okay.
Like, it's not ridiculous. It's months and months and months ago. It's not like dodging to not want to talk about it anymore. And yes, I'm getting intense because I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to what I was saying, why I don't think you have a good game. Okay. Let's
talk about that. The game part, I don't care. You can say I don't have a good game. I don't care.
Okay. I mean, yeah. So
give me 7% though. Let's get. I want to remind the audience. I moved up to 7%.
Yeah, you did. You showed some receipts. I would say like 3, 4, something like that. That were not
7%. Let's stick there. I like the 7. That's a good number.
Okay. You want to know how you can get higher?
I think you already told me. You want infield.
Want to see some infield? Yeah.
Okay.
Want to see some infield? It's a pretty reasonable request.
It's so funny because I know so many guys who are really good, like really good, and they have 0 infield.
Yeah, there's people, but they're not dating coaches.
No, but they're really good. So
Yeah,
this idea that because I have no infield, I can't be good is a little sus.
Well, I have many natural friends who also don't have any infield, but they're not dating coaches. It's a totally different standard when you're a dating coach or when you're not.
Sure, but if they started a YouTube channel and had no thing, you wouldn't say they had no game. It's a non sequitur. It's not. It doesn't make sense to say someone can't have game because they have no infield.
No, I'm not saying that's the only reason why you don't have game. I just find it a little odd that you're not really gonna fucking like that. You can't put on any infield besides one banana outfit.
Okay.
Okay, let's just take some questions from the audience. Okay, so yeah, guys, we'll do like 20 minutes of Q&A or something. I got a dip.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate this. It's tough getting heated. I remember we had a stream together, which was like chill and nice and fun. I miss those days. We had a good time. I'm reminiscing about our,
Well, listen, if you can, put out some good infield and prove me wrong, we can go back to those days. I'm one of those people who will freely admit when they're wrong. I've done that publicly in the past, so. I've done that mid-debate. I'll be like, yeah.
You okay, but I got a little bit of ground here. I got 7%. I'll take that. That's a good start.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like this. So the guy says he's a great baseball player, but he never swings the bat in front of everyone. That's basically like kind of the analogy.
Well, it's not a good analogy because baseball's never played in private.
Yeah, I don't think game is ever played in private because there's other people usually around when you're picking up girls.
No, there's not. You've never been on dates where there was no one like listening to you, watching you?
Usually when I pick up a girl, there's other people around. It's like at a bar or like during the daytime at a coffee shop.
They're not paying it. Yes, everyone's staring at you, watching you, paying attention, rating your game.
Josh, are you vehemently against doing the speed dating thing? Or are you open to
Yes, and actually Avery agrees with me.
Okay. Well, I mean, that doesn't like really change anything, whether he agrees or
no. But you believe Avery has game and you're friends with him. He believes that the dating game is not representative of game. So why would I play a game that's not representative of game?
I think it's
kind of a dancing monkey game. No, it's a dancing monkey game.
You're going to talk about dancing monkey after the banana thing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a dancing monkey game. No, there's very reasons. You're putting the girl in the prize frame, which is not it's a horrible frame to be in because she's judging the game. The guys are not attracted to the women necessarily. They're on Zoom, which is, not a standard date. They're having 100 people, at least 200 people watching them game. It's very unnatural. Denton's now called Clown King, even though I think he is. I've never seen him game, but I believe him to have legitimate game. And Avery agrees with me that the game is not representative of real life and real game. So you don't value Avery's opinion, even though you're friends with him, he's on your channel, but he doesn't believe in it.
There's things. I'm my own man. I disagree with Avery on some things. I think he has a good game, but doesn't mean that I 100% agree with everything he says. Like,
you made Denton look really, really bad. at games.
You keep saying that. I didn't make Denton look anything. I invited
Sorry,
Denton
the game.
on.
The game.
I invited
go ahead.
Denton on. He, as an adult, decided to come on.
Okay.
I think he did
Fair enough.
okay. Some people don't think he did well.
Your audience
That's not
thought he did awful. Your audience thought he did awful.
Okay, I'm not responsible for what my audience thinks.
But the game is. But the game is.
There's a whole bunch of people that looked really good. Like Prince O told me that after that stream, he got like a whole bunch of people hitting him up for coaching.
Yeah, I'm not saying some people didn't look good, but the ones who looked terrible weren't necessarily bad at game. The game itself makes them look terrible. Some people come out okay on the other side. Just because some people do well does not mean that other people.
I thought Denton did okay. I thought that him and this girl are like polar opposites, and like he's
no one's gonna go subscribe to his channel when they think he has terrible game.
Okay, I
think I like Denton.
I think I've given Denton. I like Denton too. I think I've given Denton way more clout than I've taken away from him with that. So overall, it's still a net positive.
Okay, I'm not talking about the game, not you. The dating game has taken away that.
Okay. If you're going to teach people a skill and charge money, you should have proof of such skill. You wouldn't hire a personal trainer who's fat with no testimonials. Okay. Okay. Babe, I'm almost done. I'm almost. Yeah, sure. Okay. What else do we have? Okay. What kind of dating sex life has Josh had last few years? And the answer, honestly.
What does that mean? Hookups, girlfriends, rotation? I've had all of it. No threesomes, though. I'm not a threesome expert. But yeah. Lots of hookups, lots of girls on rotation, girlfriends, etc.
So someone said this. I agree speed dating thing is way different than real life and kind of weird, but it's weird to back out of it intensely. That's kind of my position as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can pull up Avery's comments on it if you want.
It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care what Avery said about this.
No, but I mean, you think he has good game. You think he's legitimate, so his opinion matters. No, his opinion matters because he's a coach. He's on your channel as a coach. His opinion should matter. Because they're saying I would be scared to do it. Everyone's going to say scared. But if Avery agrees, he's a coach that you think is a good coach. His opinion matters.
Yeah,
so
sure.
So you can't say I'm scared if his opinion is that it's a game that's not representative of real game or dating.
Yeah, but the thing is, everyone besides you and Avery did it. Pretty much everyone that I know.
Okay, but Avery is a credible source to say it's not a real dating game. I can pull up his comment. I knew this was going to happen. I have his comment.
One other person who doesn't want to do it?
Yes, not just one other person. One of the coaches that you bring on your channel to evaluate game, who is a good coach.
I bet Avery would do it if I talked to him.
Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that he thinks it's not representative of real game. That's two different things.
Okay, do you think there's some overlap?
No.
Do you think there's no overlap? Like, you can be
really good at
talking to girls for 5 minutes on a video chat, but you're going to suck balls in real life and vice versa?
Yes, because you have 200 people watching. It's like public speaking. It's a totally different dynamic.
Again, here's the thing. If you're like someone who's mastered game, mastered social dynamics, like, you've just built a really tough shell and you don't give a shit.
No, that's not true because you haven't built it public speaking. That's just not true. That's a non sequitur. It's a totally different.
Tell him if he comes on, it will help promote his channel. Okay, that's really cool.
I disagree. I totally disagree.
Okay, here's a question. Is Coach Whitepill more afraid of KRW or Alex's dating show?
Alex's dating show is a Dancing Monkey game show. So you can say I'm afraid all you want. It doesn't make sense.
It's pretty funny that you're talking about the Dancing Monkey thing when you're like only piece of quote unquote infield or prank is you wearing a banana outfit.
No, that's my game. I'm not playing your Dancing Monkey game. I get to play mine.
Okay, you want to play a different Dancing Monkey
game. I want to play my game.
Why his voice always cracks and gets high pitched when you ask questions?
Because I haven't gone through puberty yet.
Okay. Well, at least I appreciate the honesty when it comes to that. There we go. That's much appreciated. Okay, let's do a few more. Thank the virtual date. Okay, a lot of this like the same questions. Always this beginning is fun for guys. Anyway. And John Anthony's opinion should also matter because he's a coach too. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of going in circles. Okay, what else do we have? Ask Coach Whitepill if he's sort of stoicism. I'm sure you have, but
I have. I actually love stoicism. It's hard to practice. I've tried practicing it. It's tough. You work on it every day.
Do you meditate?
I don't. I swim, and that kind of is meditative for me. I have
Mm,
trouble just
okay.
sitting there meditating, but I swim, which is kind of meditative for me.
Yeah, I like swimming too, or at least I used to. Someone said this guy with disability has more balls to come speeding. Okay, well, ignore the fraud part because that's kind of leading. But
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, well, what he's referencing is I don't know if you saw it, but there was a guy who has like a cerebral palsy who came on and he's like, "Ooh, don't take this," right? But he was
Yeah.
able to do it.
Well,
So
you're
that's-
familiar with expectation setting?
yeah.
So if someone has really low expectations, then it's really easy to exceed them, versus someone has medium or high expectations, it's very difficult to even reach them. So
Yeah,
he had very low expectations coming out, and then so he couldn't do poorly, right? Because he could only go up from the bottom. People had very low expectations.
I will agree with you on that actually. Okay. Okay, someone said Vishu. I think Josh picks one point that fits his confirmation bias and sticks with it and thinks it's a good point. What's your like kind of response to that?
I think you do exactly that all the time, too.
No, not at all. I'm actually super open. I don't give a shit. I have nothing to hide, bro.
I didn't say hide. I said you pick points based on confirmation bias. That's not hiding. That's just confirmation bias.
No, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Okay, I don't want to read any super mean questions. So someone said this. What was like kind of your retort to that?
Because I think life coaching is ridiculous because you can't coach everything in life. I'm not good at everything. I'm just happen to be really good at game and really good at coaching game. I have branched out to coaching more of the mental health side because I think a lot of guys struggle with their mental health, and coming from a medical background, I can do that. So it's not just game coaching. I do a little bit of mental health coaching. The self-esteem is important to game as well. So I have branched out, but life means that like I'm an expert in all parts of life, and I'm not an expert in all parts of life.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, here's another question.
Yeah, that would be cool. If I can, like I said, like, you know, guys are private about this, but if I can get one to do it,
yeah, I get it.
I don't know about showing their face and stuff. We'll have to talk about it in private. I'll do my best to convince them to come on.
Okay, fair enough. Here's another question. What are your thoughts on this?
I have no idea. I don't know. I just do my best. That's all I can do. I know that I've been cold approaching for 20 years. I know my own game. I know my students' results. And that's all I can do. I don't have control over what you guys think. I don't have control over what Alex thinks. All I can do is say what I say and do my best to portray what I do. So yeah, I don't have
but
no idea.
you can kind of like kind of like infer how well you think you did. Like sometimes I do debates. I'm like I fucking crushed that. Sometimes I'm like I don't know about that one. What's like?
Well, at this one I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay. Chat, give us your opinion and be honest.
Well, no, wait, I'll take it back. I got 7% more credibility from you, so I did a little bit. That's all I know. I got from you. I don't know the audience, but I know that Alex, you give me 7% more credibility. So I did a little bit of
more.
Tiny bit.
Have you ever measured your testosterone levels?
I actually did recently, and yeah, as I'm getting older, they are decreasing. So I'm not ready to go into TRT. I'm trying to lose. I have a little bit of belly fat I'm trying to lose. I'm trying to do it the natural way first.
What's your testosterone levels?
It's still in the normal range, but it was lower
like
end of normal. I don't remember the exact number. No, I think it was in the 400. I don't know. I think it was 400.
Oh, bro, that's low. Yeah, that's really low.
No, I mean it's still normal. I don't have like certain issues, but yeah, I'm definitely trying to raise it.
Standard range doesn't mean shit. It's like about this. It's like so fucking
yeah.
Like actually, the real range is like 700 to like 1100.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying the natural ways first because I know that visceral fat is tied to lower testosterone, so I'm trying to slim down first.
I do think you would probably do better with chicks if you got on TRT.
Well, I don't need to.
I mean, everyone could use some improvements, but okay.
No, I mean, I don't need TRT to do better with chicks. I don't need any help in that department.
Okay. What else do we have? Okay. Ask Coach Whitefield why he doesn't focus on building credibility by posting infield rather than wearing a banana suit. I think it's a fair question.
Well, I think we talked about that. I'm not doing any more banana videos other than wearing my banana shirt because I like it.
Okay.
And it's kind of my signature now. Like, that's fine. You guys make fun of it. I like it. I actually, like I said, I use it as a coaching tool. So it's important to me. So.
Okay. Would you ever debate Kevin?
No, I don't. No. There's no reason to. I want to talk game. I want to talk to people who know game.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess, do you guys have any more questions? Oh, this has been a pretty interesting stream.
This is fun. Thanks for having me. It's a little, I think what guys don't understand where, I get emotional or heated is because it's involving my life. And this whole alpha male thing, like that never gets emotional, is kind of ridiculous when it involves your life. If you guys watch Alex's stream with me before, we were chill. We had a good time. And I think if we just had a stream under different circumstances, you and I would get along, and I don't think I'd get upset about you challenging me on any game topics. So,
yeah, I think you and I, if we met under different circumstances, would probably get along more or less. I'm pretty easy.
No, we did get along.
I mean, we were
like together.
We had one stream where we had a good discussion, but yeah.
No, but I think we were chill together. We had a good time.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not saying we were friends, but we were chill together.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I gotta like challenge people on shit that I think is.
I know.
I'll be
I'm okay with.
To my audience if I didn't challenge on this shit.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, like, that's why it gets intense, heated, emotional. And I think if we're just chilling back, I'm not going to get offended about you saying anything else,
Well, okay, yeah. My counter argument to that is that, like, it's not that you don't have emotions if you're an alpha guy. That's not true. You have emotions, but you're very good at controlling them or grounding them. If you know certain times during this debate, I'm getting frustrated too, right? But what I would do is I would just ground them, right? And so you never saw me get heated.
But we weren't talking about you in this debate at all.
But there's like
personal life.
Right, but there's hundreds of debates where like that's exactly the topic, and you never see me get heated because it's just like I can just ground all that.
Yeah, you never debated me. You never debated me grilling you on David Swift.
Well, you can grill me on David Swift. I don't give a shit. But
I have had. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a little different.
But I have debated a whole bunch of people who grill me like way harder than I grilled you. Like we're talking like at least I try to be like somewhat nice versus people who are just like being straight up dicks. Like you're a fucking rapist. Like I've been down that road many times.
No, I'm not saying you're not nice. I'm just saying like I'll watch those streams and maybe you got more emotional about it than you thought. I don't know. Like that's kind
of what I'm known for is just like staying pretty grounded. Okay,
but that's what your channel is.
Is this? Well, my channel isn't like me staying grounded. It's based on game and pickup and entertainment. Is this true? Is this statement true? So the allegation is that you didn't pull for 3 months in Vegas. Is that true or is that
no? It's not true. It's not true. We were sick with COVID at the beginning. Then I ran a boot camp. I ran another boot camp. We were filming a documentary, and also I don't want to talk about it anymore, but he didn't pull to the house from downtown. I pulled after he left. I pulled to the house 2 girls, like the week after he left.
Did you bang them?
I don't want to talk. Yes, not together. Okay. I didn't do threesome.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do think the threesome thing is minorly sus because I feel like every single advanced guy in game has had like multiple threesomes.
Well, no. So I've had a lot of close calls that kind of just went out the window for various reasons. Got blown up for whatever reason. So I had a lot of close calls. I don't know why. That's a fair point. I never claimed to be an expert on it. You can. I'm not pushing that.
I do want to see Coach Whitefield redeem. Dude has a lot of work to do, though. First, internally, I respect him having the balls to take the brunt of the internet, but also lost a lot of respect for the whining.
That's okay. Like I said, I'm a lot different off camera, and I do get anxious on camera. I've told Alex that. And so I think that plays a part where you see someone getting anxious on camera and then being pressed. And just because you're stoic on camera doesn't mean everybody else be. but I'm a different person off camera. And I think that's one of the disconnects. If you met me off camera, you would see a totally different person who doesn't operate like that. And it's public speaking. You keep doing that face, but public speaking is very different than just having a one-on-one. Guarantee you, you and me, Alex, hang out, just like you and me with no cameras, no nothing, you'll see a totally different side of me, totally different person. And just because
Except
you
that
don't
will never
believe that,
happen because you live in Thailand. So it's like
well, no, I'm coming to visit next year. When I go to visit my parents, they're in Georgia, so I can come down and hang.
Yeah, come to Miami. We can try to pick up some girls.
I'm down. There we go. I'm down. I
Okay,
can't promise
question
when
from-
because I'm not going for a while.
From an anonymous person. Just ignore the name. Hey, why did you kick out
Yeah.
the camera guy along with me? Do you kick out the camera guy because of business reasons too? Because he got late
Yeah.
that night.
See, this is what I don't want to get into, but I didn't kick him out. So he he was leaving, or I thought he was leaving that day. So I put some of his stuff out, but he actually left the day after. But he moved back into the house that day. So, but this is the stuff I didn't want to get into. But I did not kick the camera guy out. He was actually living with us directly after the situation.
Okay, fair enough.
So
why can't Coach Whitepill do affiliates calling it pranks? Plenty of YouTubers did it. Okay, that's a fair point. Like doing like kind of Jack Demo does, just like doing like more prank videos. Like why not?
Look what happened when I did my first one.
Yeah,
I'm obviously not good at doing prank videos, or I'm gonna get railed even more for them. So maybe I'm not cut out for prank videos.
Are you familiar with Jack Demo?
I've heard the name. I don't really remember that, but I might just not be good at prank videos. I like my banana stuff. Maybe I'll just stick to banana. But I did give away my costume to my students.
You're gonna make that your brand. Oh shit, feel bad for this guy. Yeah, Jack Demo does a lot of prank videos, but they're like you can still just take a look at his. I don't know, it's kind of a unique style. But yeah, he has like he's able to do pranks, but he's also able to showcase game. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that was basically it. I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good discussion. I appreciate you coming on. I do think that takes courage. I do think you dodged some things, but you know, it is what it is. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Well, I think I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. We did get into the situation a little bit, and maybe people believe me, maybe they don't. But I have no plans about talking about it again. If you want to challenge me on game stuff, I'm fine with that. I know what I can do. I know what I've done in game. I know what my students do. So if you guys ever want to challenge me on that, I'm totally cool with that. And that's it. Like, I hope that, you and I can maybe do another stream sometime. Happy to bring students if I can get them to, the privacy stuff. If they're cool with that, I'll bring them on. But yeah, Alex, if you want to challenge me on game anytime, I'm okay with that. And the infield thing is what it is. And we're trying to find a balance there. But thanks for having me, and yeah, putting me in the lion's den. And I don't mind being challenged.
I think if you do the I think there are ways you can do infield without that alleviates your concerns. One is doing it the way Jack Demo does. Two is doing it the way David Bond does. But there are definitely ways to do it. So I think if you can show some infield, look, like I'm always open to admitting if I was wrong, if I'm given sufficient evidence. I'll just say that publicly right now. So if you can show some good infield, like not just one, but maybe a few, where it's like, yo, this guy clearly has game, I'll freely on stream admit that I was wrong. And that will actually drive a shitload of traffic to your business. I guarantee that, because I've done that for other people. Not exactly that, but I've mentioned them. I'm like, yo, I think this guy's good, and they get blown up. So that's extra incentive for you. So, if you're trying to get more clients or you're trying to build up your brand or whatever, I think if you did that, I know you're opposed to doing the dating show, but I think if you do find some way to do infield like we've discussed, that will go a long way to actually benefiting you directly, not just like me. So, yeah. My thoughts. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully it does. But it is what it is. But yeah, dude, thanks, Josh, for coming on. Got heated, but it was a good discussion. Appreciate you, brother.
Well, I love the game discussion. That's really what I wanted to come on. The first half was good. You challenged me, and I'm okay with that.
From a Jew to a half Jew. We together we make 3/4 of a Jew. So we need to stick it.
Wait, we're 1.5 Jew.
Oh yeah, 1.5 Jew. Yeah.
1.5 Jew, because I'm full Jew.
Yeah, cool, man. All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you.
All right, thanks. Later, guys.
All right, take care, man. Okay, cool. I'll probably just stay on and answer questions for like 5 minutes.
All right, man.
Are you still staying on, Josh, or are you bouncing?
It's up to you, man. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like stay on for like 5 minutes, just like answer questions. I'm gonna bounce, but
Okay.
yeah, man. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right. Thanks, man. Later.
All right, take care, man. But all right, cool. Well, what do you guys think about that? I thought my opinion was I'm fucking sweating balls, but yeah, my opinion was that he was pretty forthcoming with the game stuff. I thought, I would say I have like there was maybe 100 quote unquote receipts or 50. 3 or 4 of them outside of Southeast Asia were valid, and then maybe another 2 or 3 in Southeast Asia. That's not much. Like, there's a big difference between like the quality of receipts that you're gonna find in like my channel, for example. Like this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, you can't really like fake this shit. Like, all the screenshots from start to finish. Like, you got a lot of this shit. Like, it just goes for days. Like, goes for days. You can see like sign of like nudes type of shit. And I'm also very respectful to privacy. I always blur out people's faces and shit like that, right? You're never gonna see me like doxing a chick. But yeah, like, this is kind of like real, like sure, theoretically you could fake this, but that's gonna be a lot harder to fake than just like a photo with a girl. I used to have those photos when I was a virgin. Plus I got infield. Plus, you guys see like my girlfriend and other girls that I've hooked up with on the stream. So yeah. In terms of the John thing, I thought he did dodge that hardcore. Like, he kept trying to deflect and dodge that. So yeah, I don't know. I think he would have just been better off to own that completely and just be like, yeah, you know what? It is what it is. And he did kind of like in a roundabout way say that. He's like, well, once Kevin admits he did this, then I'll admit that. It's like, yeah, why do you have to admit anything if you didn't do anything wrong? Yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was weird. Also, like, if he has nothing to hide, why not just debate Kevin? And like, why is this like such like a taboo? Like, he was the one, like, I was fully willing to respect the fact that he doesn't want to talk about that. I was just going to talk about how he dragged John into this mess, which kicked off like a massive shitstorm between John and Kevin, which, I had to like step in and try to like broker, peace in the Middle East. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, like, I agree with that. Like, once you debate people, yeah, then you can move on. All right. My girl needs me free. Okay, cool. So appreciate y'all. We got a what? Why am I afraid? I don't need, like, this is the guy that John has issues with. Like, what am I gonna bring him on for? Like, he doesn't have any kind of following. Like, he's never reached out to me. Like, what am I gonna bring him on for? I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know what I'm gonna talk to him about. Yeah, I thought that was lame. Like, this like deflection tactics. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Alex, debate me, bro. PWF. Yeah. Because he lives in Thailand, but if he comes to Miami, I will. But yeah, cool, guys. All right, so we got a virtual speed dating tomorrow. That should be fun. We got the Mr. Slave's girl coming on, the dominatrix lady. So she's coming on. She apparently wants to come on, so that should be fun. And we're gonna have other girls there. There's gonna be other dating coaches. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, so the speed date is tomorrow. The first was Authorized. I heard double already. Got my slap seconds, biggest cold streak. Ooh. No, there's no way I'm gonna fucking put on a banana outfit. Zero fucking chance. But yeah, cool, guys. Appreciate y'all. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate the love. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this, and just give me your honest thoughts. Like, whatever. If you thought I pressed them too hard, then it is what it is. Appreciate y'all. Until next time.